Hello, it's that time of the year. Is it that time of the year? So I'm doing a declutter. I usually do them at the end of the year. I know I do that. Sometimes I do them mid-year around this time of the year, and I think I need to do it. So when I was doing my best of 2026 so far video that I like to do halfway during the year, I was going through these drawers and I was like, I forgot about this. I can't get in here. It's a little bit overwhelming. So we're going to do it. We're going to do it. I'm going to go through the makeup that I have, opened and used and all of that. I have plenty of makeup that I haven't even opened yet. You guys know I get a lot of PR sent to me, which I'm so thankful for, but that's over there. We're not even going to look at that. We're going to look at the drawers that you see behind me when I'm filming a sit down video. Those are just full of makeup. So I'm just going to go through them. I don't know how heavy of a declutter this is going to be, but I definitely need to attack my lip products, because the lip glosses and the tinted lip balms, like all of those that have come out this past few months, I think it's just the past few months, has been overwhelming. So I'm going to go through it all, and the lipsticks are at the bottom. So we'll get to those at the end. I'm hoping this isn't going to be too epic. I like to save that one for during Mishmas, when not only do I have the time, but it's become a tradition on this channel, but I generally I need a lot of time to do these declutters, because I go through the stuff, I swatch some of the stuff. It's a pretty labor intensive video. But anyway, let me just turn you around so you don't have to see my face. You can see the makeup that I'm talking about. And let's dive right in. All right, here's my primer drawer. I'm looking at this right now and I see the only one that I want to declutter is my Chantecaille Ultra Sun Protection Sunscreen Primer. I love this primer, but this is definitely a little bit too old. It has SPF 45 in here, and because of that SPF aspect of this, it's not going to be good. I mean, I think the primer part is probably fine. It's very smoothing, but the SPF protection is not going to really be there anymore. I think I've had this probably for over a year. So I am going to declutter this. I need to get another one because this is an excellent primer, but this one is too old. Okay, everything else I am going to keep because I have not had them either that long, or the primers that I love that I use all the time that are still good, like the Sisley Glow Primer. I just got that Victoria Beckham, again, the Cell Rejuvenating Illuminator. That is actually upstairs. I just used that. But yeah, a lot of these are, relatively new and products that I use often. The Chantecaille ones, the CL, the Make. This is really great. This one from By Terry, I think I've had for a couple of years now. This is in 2.5 Nude Glow. I really like this brightening serum. It is gorgeous. I mean, the sheen of it is really gorgeous. It is very glowy. You definitely have to like that look. And because it's tinted, there's like a little bit of, not coverage, but a little bit of evening out of your complexion. But I do think maybe this is getting on in its years. I'm going to hold on to it maybe until I do my giant declutter at the end of the year. Yeah, that's a good one. So anyway, I didn't think I was going to be decluttering much in this primer drawer, and I didn't. I'm just going to get rid of this Chantecaille only to replace it because I do want to have this in my collection. It's such a good primer. Okay, next I've got my concealer drawer and my cushion foundation drawer. So my cushion foundations I am holding on to, and also a cream foundation. So I'm holding on to this Makeup Forever palette. I love this. I love it so much. So I'm going to hold on to this. And then I've got my No Makeup cream foundation, which I enjoy. This is quite emollient. I would say if you have like an oilier skin type, I'm not sure if it would work for you. I don't know. I can't say because I have very dry skin, but it's great on my dry skin. And then I've got the YSL cushion, which is new. I love that. And I've gotten refills for both the Sisley and the Chantecaille cushion foundations. I love these all. So I have Alabaster and Chantecaille, and then I believe this is the lightest shade in Sisley. It's the 00C Swan. So keeping those because they're relatively new. And then, my God, there's a lot of concealers in here. So I've got my Chanel Le Beige concealers. I love these. I went ahead and purchased 2 shades. So I've got I can't read these, B12 and B20. It's either B10 or B12 and B20. Keeping those, they're new. The Chanel Ultra Latent, I have this in BR12. So holding on to that. Those are all new. I've got the Chanel Sublimage concealer. This is not new. And I have to admit, the only reason why I don't use this as much as I would like is this whole packaging. It's a little bit fussy, and then you just have this big, I'm not even gonna open it up now because I know I'm gonna make a mess. And then you've just got this big well of concealer. So it's not my favorite packaging, but it is a really, really nice concealer. So I'm gonna hold on to this a little bit longer at least. I've got my Clé de Peau concealers. I love these. So they have SPF 27 in here. I have ivory and beige. And I can't remember, I used to have shade number 2. So ivory is 1, beige is number 3, and beige I found to work better for me than number 2, which is very, very odd. I think number 2 was very warm for some reason. So yeah, ivory is the lightest, and then beige has a nice like neutral, like slightly peachy tone in there. Love those, gonna hold on to those. And then my Armani Luminous Silk Concealer. I have this in shade 5. This is a very nice concealer. I'm gonna hold on to that. I've got my Make Skin Mimetic Concealer. This is in shade 1 Fair N. I really like this concealer as well, and this isn't too old, so I'm gonna hold on to that. The Patrick Ta Major Skin Soft Blur Brightening Concealer. I don't really reach for this, I have to admit. I don't really reach for this. I have, I mean, I'm stating the obvious here, but I have so many concealers, so maybe I will, let me put this in the maybe pile. I'll put that in the maybe pile. I've got this Sicily Eye Concealer with Botanical Extracts in shade number 1. This is really great if I want a super, super high coverage concealer. I always reach for this one. So I'm gonna hold on to that. I have a backup of my Precious Suku Creamy Cover Concealer. This is not technically a backup. I think it's just a different shade. So I use N03 and this is N02. I'm gonna hold on to both of these. I love this concealer, it's so good. Oh, I've got my beloved, the Chantecaille Bio Lifting Concealer in Alabaster. Definitely gonna hold on to that. And then I've got my Westman Atelier. I love this concealer. I use L4. I have a bunch of these Natasha Denona's. So this is the concealer, and then these are correctors. You know, I don't really use correctors, and I have a Sarah Creole corrector that I really like. If I, you know, need to do any correction, or I want like a really, really like bright brightener, I'll use my Sarah Creole, which is actually upstairs in my bathroom. So I think I will declutter these, and then, is this the right shade for me? This looks deep. It's N3. Well, I'll hold on to it because I think this is, yeah, my only Natasha Denona concealer. So I'll hold on to that. And then I've got my Sisley Stilo Lumiere. This I actually just got a few months ago, and I hadn't had it in my collection so long, and I love this. I have to remember to use this. This is very, very nice. It is very reminiscent to me of the YSL Touche Eclat. Gorgeous. Okay, so I'll hold on to that. The Milk Hydro Grip Gel Concealer. I did not like this. And I was so surprised because I like the foundation of it. I really like the foundation of it, as you guys know, but I did not like this concealer, so I'm going to get rid of that. Oh, I've got my Dior Forever Skin Correct Concealer in 2N. Of course, I'm gonna keep this. And of course, I'm gonna keep my Sarah Creole Face Flex. This is in, what shade is this? This is in 1. This is, I think, the lightest shade, so that's my shade. I've got the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush. I actually really liked this concealer. It's 3 Fair. I didn't think I was going to because it is a full coverage concealer. The words full coverage always scare me because I feel like it's just gonna look a little too mask-like, cakey. It's gonna like kind of be too drying, all of that. But this one was actually pretty decent, I have to say. So I'll hold on to that. I do think this has more coverage and looks a little bit more flawless under the eyes. Oh my gosh, this Iris Romeo. See, I forgot I had this, and this is a great concealer. This is the Best Skin Days Treatment Concealer. I have it in shade 2. And this is awesome. I remember loving this when I first got it. You see? And I completely forgot. I really have to keep this collection whittled down. I'm not doing a great job. I think I've gotten rid of 3 things so far. Okay, product concealer I do also enjoy. This is in shade LN2. fairly new. I've got the Guerlain Terracotta Concealer in shade 0.5N. I do like this concealer, and I did just get this when I got a bunch of stuff from Guerlain, so I'm gonna hold on to that. I do like this Givenchy Prism Libre Skin Caring Concealer. This is in shade C180. At least I think that's the shade. Yeah, anyway, this is a really good one too. I have a lot of really good concealers. I feel like I'm saying that over and over again. The Tarte Shape Tape. This is, wow, this is a really, really high coverage concealer. I am going to declutter this. I'm going to declutter this. I've got this one. I've got the Charlotte Tilbury. Like if I want some heavy duty concealing, I reach for those. So I'm going to get rid of that. And then I've got a couple of low lighters from Rodial. So I've got Peach and Banana. And these are both really nice. I think, I'm trying to remember, I feel like I got one and it didn't work as well as the next one that I got. I can't remember which one is which. I think Banana actually worked better for me. I can't remember. All right, I'm gonna hold on to both of these and then I'm just gonna have to play around with them one day and figure out which one I like more. But yeah, one definitely worked better for me than the other. Why can't I remember? Damn this perimenopause. Okay. Oh, I've got this old Chanel look. Well, it's almost empty. So, so I'm going to, oh, so sad. I'm gonna declutter this. But yeah, they came out with this new one, this guy right here, to replace these. So, toodaloo. You've been good. I've got the Victoria Beckham Concealer Pen in L1. I like this. I've got the Hourglass Concealer in Cotton. This is their Vanish, is that what it's called? Vanish something, Skin Correct Concealer, something like that. This is okay. This is okay. I like this one. This isn't like one of my favorites, but it's decent. So I'll hold on to that. I do talk about Hourglass quite a bit, so I'll hold on to that. Of course, I'll hold on to Victoria Beckham. I've got this from Laura Mercier 2N. It's their Secret Camouflage Brighten and Correct Duo. So one side is correct, one side is brighten. I like this one a lot too. And I like this form factor when it comes to a concealer. Like an eyeshadow stick. It's really great. Okay, from Farah Hamidi, I've got two of these. I've got Beurre and I've got Creme. And I think, you know, it's so funny. The Beurre is lighter, and so I was using the Creme for a while, but I think the Beurre is better for my skin tone. But you know, I am getting color now that it is summertime. My skin is definitely getting a little bit of color, so I'm gonna hold on to two. I do really like this concealer. Wow, I'm not making a lot of headway here, am I? Oh, this Shiseido. You know what? I'm going to give this away. It's still in the packaging, which is great. And it's the Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Concealer. I wanted to try it. I just haven't gotten around to it. It's 103 Fair. I think it would be a good shade. But I have too many concealers. This is still in the box, so I can give it away. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay. And then I've got these not Laura Mercier. Oh my goodness. Lisa Eldridge. Wow. These micro pinpoint concealer micro correcting pencils. I love these. I think these are really, really cool. This is 2, this is 3, and then this is, oh, this is worn off. I think this was 5. Oh no, this one is 5. So maybe 2, 3, so maybe this one was 4. I'm gonna keep these all because they have just a slight variety and you can use these like all over your face. And I feel like, you know, if I wanna just kind of cover up a little blemish or whatever on my forehead, I should keep this deeper one. This peachy one is great for around my eyes. This one is like a little bit more yellow. This one is kind of neutral but really light, but this could be really great just around my face. So I'm gonna hold on to all these. They don't take up much room either since they're just skinny pencils. And then we've got the corrector from Charlotte Tilbury. I love this. This is one of my favorite products from Charlotte Tilbury. And this is in 1 Fair. And I had one of these and then I refreshed it because that one got old. So this one is relatively new. So I'm gonna hold on to that. And then, oh, I've got this Surratt Stick Concealer. This is a really good concealer too, in terms of a stick concealer. So yeah, I'm gonna hold on to this. I don't have any other Surratt concealers because they also have one in a pan. That one I've decluttered because that was way too old. Yeah, so I'll hold on to this. Okay, so the ones that I'm getting rid of for sure are these 5. I am gifting this one, Patrick Ta. I think I'm gonna declutter you, Patrick Ta. I'm gonna declutter you because I'm looking at all the ones that I'm keeping and it's plenty. Okay, let me put these all back into the drawer. Okay, I was hoping more would fit this way, but they're all so long. Anyway, here is the newly organized, just kidding. Here are my concealers, my cushion foundations, and some cream products. Okay, let's move over to foundations. Oops, I forgot the Farrow Hamidi. It was hiding behind the tripod. Let me do this. There. That's a little better. Maybe I should do this. Okay, this drawer is a disaster. All right, definitely keeping this, the Sicily Tinted Sunscreen Cream. I actually need to whip this out. This is the season to be wearing it. I love this. I just recently got it because I thought it was discontinued, but it is back. It is awesome. I love this. So I'm gonna hold on to that. I'm definitely gonna hold on to my Refi, the Skin Base Skin Tint. I love this, you guys know that. I use that quite often. I just sort of re-fell in love with the Victoria Beckham foundation drops. I have this in 4 Light. It's a good shade match for me. The Chantecaille Just Skin Tinted Moisturizer. This is fairly new because they actually sent me, they like re-upped me on this. So I'm gonna hold on to this. Love that. Ooh, the Jones Road. You know, I think I'm gonna pass this along. This, and I talked about this in one of my like wrap-up videos. This is okay. This is okay. I mean, it's very, very Jones Road, so I totally get it. I just don't think it's for me. It had, I don't know, like it just didn't do that much for my complexion. And I get it. I mean, I really enjoy, as you guys know, light coverage foundation, but this was almost like, I really didn't feel like there was anything going on, which is so strange. So anyway, not for me. So I'm going to get rid of that. And then, oh, the new Luminous Silk Foundation. You guys know how much I love this. I'm going to hold on to that. The Dior stick, I'm going to hold on to. I have 1.5N. I've got 2N, of course. I'm going to hold on to those. I do love my Le Beige Water Fresh Tint. I have this in light. I do think I'm a light medium, but I can get away with this, and I really do like that base. It's very cool. The Chantecaille Future Skin Oil-Free Gel Foundation in Alabaster. Another one of my favorites. The Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Gel Tint. One of my favorites. I have 2 and 3. I just use 3. And I feel like if I can use 3 when I was at my palest, I don't think I need 2. So I'm gonna pass this along, keep the 3. This is, as you guys know, one of my favorite foundations from Surratt, the Dewdrop Foundation. I have it in shade number 3. So I'm gonna keep that. And then what else do I have? So Dior Forever Skin Glow Foundation in 1.5N. This was weird because it wasn't very glowy on me. And I think most everyone else thought it was like extremely glowy. Not on my dry ass skin. It didn't look glowy at all. So, I mean, I'll hold on to it because it wasn't bad. It just wasn't what I expected. So I'll hold on to that. I'll hold on to my Hermes. This is the Luminous Matte Skincare Foundation. I like this foundation. I don't think it's like one of my favorites. You guys have heard me just going off on a bunch of foundations that I love, love, love. This one is good. It's very, very good. It's just not one of my favorites, but I don't have any other Hermes foundations, so I'm gonna hold on to that. I really like this Givenchy Prism Libre Glow Serum Foundation. I'm gonna hold on to this. I'm gonna hold on to this guy from Charlotte Tilbury. It's so beautiful. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous, glowy, I mean, it's basically like their Hollywood Flawless Filter in stick form. So there's like a little, I don't know, not coverage, but like a little bit of skin perfecting going on, but it's just really pretty. I love that. I do love the CL very, very much. The Tint and Protect SPF 50. I love this. The Suku, the Liquid Foundation. I like this. I never reach for it though. I'm looking at all of my other foundations that I have out here. I mean, I love the Suku Creamy Cover Concealer so much that I feel like if I wanted a base product from Suku, I would just use the concealer kind of everywhere and just blend it out. So I think maybe I'll pass this one along. Maybe. This is in the maybe pile. Okay, I have 2 of these Suku Skincare Cream Tints. I do like this formula. The 10 is the one that worked for me. The 15 was too deep. So I'm going to declutter 15 and keep 10. Let's see. The Hourglass Ambient Soft Glow Foundation. I have this in shade number 3. I think this is too deep for me. Yeah, I'm going to declutter that. I've got this Makeup Forever HD Skin Hydro Glow Foundation. I really, really like this one. I have it in shade 1R02. Oh, it's completely separated. I think this is just getting on. I've had this for a while, so I'm gonna declutter that. Here's a newer Makeup Forever foundation. This is the HD Skin Balancing and Perfecting Foundation. This foundation was very funny. I wasn't sure about it when I first put it on. It takes a while for it to kind of like set down and do its thing. And I felt like once it did its thing, it actually looked quite nice on the skin. So I'm gonna hold on to this. I definitely wanna play around with it a little bit more. The Mary Phillips, the Le Skin. I have this in shade Light 90C. They have a crap ton of shades. And I remember I had to go into store to figure out what shade I was. And I'm glad I did because 90C is a good match for me. I really like this foundation, so I'm gonna hold on to that. I need to use it more. This Guerlain Terracotta. So I got 0.5N because I think I had 2N and it was way too deep for me. And then I got this and it was like way too light. So I think I'm gonna pass this along. I've only used it like once or twice. I really tried to make it work, but it just made me look like a corpse. So too light for me. This Ilia sunscreen. I think this is more of a sunscreen than an actual like base product, but it is tinted, which is why I kind of like think of it as a foundation. I'm gonna keep this, but I'm gonna kind of keep it by my sunscreens. The Kogan Do Moisture Foundation. This is my favorite Kogan Do foundation. I have it in 002. I'm gonna hold on to this. Okay. I'm going to pass along the Natasha Denona High Glam Foundation. I really like this foundation, but the fact that, and I have shade N4, but the fact that it was in the back of my drawer means I never reach for it, so I'm going to declutter that. I like all these foundations, but I'm going to declutter them. This Makeup Forever, I really like this Super Boost. This packaging is a little funky, but I think it's fine. I'm trying to find the shade that I have. I can't remember what shade I have because I think it was actually a sticker on here that fell off. Anyway, I really like this one. But I have too many. I never ever reach for it, so I'm going to declutter that. I'm also going to declutter this Gucci Glow Skin Tint. You know, one that was, it was fine. I have shade Fair Medium 21. This was fine. I obviously never reach for it, so I'm gonna declutter that. Forever Hydra Nude from Dior. This one I actually like. I'm gonna keep this. Laura Mercier Tinted Natural Dewy. I have 2C Oak and 1C Cameo. I'm gonna hold on to Cameo and declutter 2C. The number 1 Day Chanel foundation I really like. I have shade B10. This is a hint too light for me, but this one I can make work. It doesn't make me look like a corpse, and if I add like a little bit of bronzer, it's fine. Or I can add like a bronzer drop or two into it and it's fine. So I'm gonna hold on to this. This foundation is really beautiful. Oh, the MAC Studio Radiance. I got these because the makeup artist in Milan that did my makeup for the Prada show used this, and it was great, and I love these. But I bought these pretty much as soon as I got back from that show, which was in 2023. So these are close to 2 years old. What do you guys think? I think I'm more of a C1. So this is C1, this is C2. Let me hold on to C1. And I'm going to declutter C2. All right, we've got Patrick Ta. This is a really great foundation. I like this. The Major Skin Hydrolux Luminous Skin Perfecting Foundation. This leaves quite a nice glow on your skin. Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to this, and I'm gonna declutter the Makeup by Mario. This one, I just never ever reach for. I don't even really think I have like a strong opinion on that one. Either way, I'm like, it's okay. I don't love it, I don't hate it. So I'll declutter that, and then let's see, I've got Hourglass, the Veil Hydrating Skin Tint, and the Illusion Luminous Glow Foundation. This one has SPF 30. I have shade number 3 in both of these. Oh, this one says expires 9/20. Oh, is that 25 or 26? I think that's 26. So I'm going to hold on to this, and I will declutter this one. And then I've got a couple of my Westman Atelier Vital Skin Foundation sticks. I've got Atelier 0.5 and 1. 0.5 is the one that I use more. It's just a little bit more neutral. You see one, it's like a little bit more yellow toned. Yeah, I'm going to keep 0.5 and declutter 1. All right, we are done with this drawer. So let me put everything back that I'm keeping, and I'll show you what I'm decluttering. Okay, here are all the foundations I'm keeping, and here are all of the foundations I am decluttering. Okay, we've reached my powder drawer. I actually have 2 drawers of powder, so we'll just tackle this one first. Okay, I really have grown to love powder, even though I have dry skin, but I love my loose powders. There's some pressed powders that I've really been loving, so I'm just gonna take out this Ilia right now because this is going nowhere. But I do have this in 2 different shades. This one is light, and then over here is medium. And both I think are great. The light is definitely more brightening. The medium, you know, they're both so translucent that both really work. But this is definitely brightening. Okay, so I'm gonna keep both of those. And then I've got my Givenchy Prism Libre powder. This packaging gets stuck. So that's number 3. I love that. Let's see, I've got Make Beauty. This is a great powder. It's very, very finely milled. I mean, so silky, silky soft. I've got shade Translucent Fair. I'm gonna hold on to this. It's fairly new. The Sicily, I also really, really love, and I just got this new one. I replaced an old one that I had that was way, way too old. And this is another really incredible, soft, silky powder. And I love the sheen that leaves on my skin. It's like really, really subtle. So I'm gonna hold on to this. Again, off to a terrible start. Okay, same with this Christian Louboutin. This is probably the softest, silkiest powder I've ever felt, more than the other 2. It's really, really nice, but it's a little bit more matte definitely than the Sicily. But I do like having that one. That one's great. Okay, I've got this Chantecaille, the Perfect Blur Finishing Powder. I have it in light medium. I mean, I love this powder. I love this powder, but I went really, really hard and strong with it. And they had it in so many different packagings, and I got this. This was like one of their limited edition Flower Power collections. I love this, but I think I'm going to declutter this. I think I'm going to declutter this. I've just been using all these other powders that I enjoy so much more. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I'm like surprising myself. Here's one that's kind of similar to the Chantecaille, not in color. The Chantecaille, you can see it's warmer, but they're both baked. And so, you know, they're great if you like press them into the skin. They're great. This is actually great as a primer. So I'm going to hold on to this Sicily, but I'm going to pass this along. I can't believe I'm going to do that, but I am. Okay. Oh, I've got the Kogen Dough. This is the powder. This is a really interesting powder. A lot of skincare benefits. This is a powder that you can even use at night to like almost like set down your skincare, and there's additional skincare in here. It's a really interesting powder. It is lovely, lovely. I remember when I first put it on, I was like, it's okay. But once it like settles down onto your skin, it's so good. I'm gonna hold on to that. Oh, I do love this Say powder too. My God, I have so many good powders. This Say powder, I would say this is even a touch glowier than the Ilia. Definitely glowier than the Givenchy, but I like a glow, and I really like this powder. Yeah, I have it in shade number 1. I'm gonna hold on to that. I've got this Dior Forever Nude Matte Filter Press Powder. This one is not bad. When it comes to powders, I'm not the biggest fan of Dior powders. They're usually very, very mattifying, and they make my skin look very, very dry. So I have pretty much decluttered any other powder from Dior that I had in my collection. This one is the newest one, the latest one, and I do remember getting this fairly recently, and I enjoyed it a lot more than their other powders. So I'm gonna hold on to this. Okay, I've got the Prada, the green powder. I like this. It's great. I don't think it always color corrects. Like it's just translucent. So if you don't need color correction, I think it's fine. But if you do have redness to your skin, it does make it a little bit more subtle, just a touch. I mean, it's a translucent powder, so it's not going to do like major color correction, but it does tone down redness in the skin. So I don't have a green powder, so I'm going to hold on to that. Here is the Hourglass Translucent Medium Vanish Airbrush Pressed Powder. I like this powder. I never reach for it. It's probably pretty old at this point, so I'm going to declutter that. I've got this Natasha Denona powder. I like this powder a lot too. This actually looks pretty good on my skin, on my dry skin. So I'm gonna hold on to that. I don't have any other Natasha Denona powders, do I? Oh no, I have her loose one, which is also really nice. Oh, maybe I just keep the loose one. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna declutter this. I'm gonna declutter this. This is actually a powder foundation. I just use it as like a regular pressed powder. But yeah, I'm going to declutter that and hold on to this. I have a couple more pressed powders back here. Oh, actually just this one. This is the NARS Light Reflecting, right? Yeah, Light Reflecting Setting Powder in Translucent Crystal. This is a really cool powder. It looks white. It has a real, like dense, hard, smooth feeling to it. Almost feels like it's a stone, but it does a really, really good job setting down and blurring. A really, really good job blurring. So I'm gonna hold on to this. Okay, I've got these 3 loose powders from Sicily. I love them all. They're all tinted differently. So I've got translucent and then I've got rosy. And since I have pretty pale skin, both of these work out pretty well for me. Now, these are quite mattifying. So I use these when I don't need to just set down makeup, but if I really look shiny or glowy, like I went maybe a little bit overboard with a glowy primer and then a glowy foundation and like a really emollient concealer, and I really need to like kind of bring it down, these are very, very good powders for that. So I'm definitely gonna hold on to these. And then this one has a little bit of shimmer in there. It's not quite as beautiful as their powder that comes with the zebra top. I don't know if they're discontinuing that. At the moment, I think both of them are being offered, but that other one with the zebra top has some shimmer to it, and that is a great finishing powder. This one is not a great finishing powder. This one is just a setting powder with a little bit of shimmer to it, and it's okay. It's okay. It's got some micro glitters in there that you can kind of brush away. It's all right. I'm gonna hold on to it, but I do use the translucent and the rosy a bit more than the shimmer. Okay, we've got the Addiction Tokyo powder. I love this powder. This powder is so incredible. This is their Invisible Essence Loose Powder Glow Plus. This is fantastic, and I'm so bummed that Addiction is not sold in the US anymore. I mean, you can get it from like a retailer or something, but they used to have a site just for the US, and they had it up and then they took it down, and I was really, really bummed. I really like their makeup. So anyway, I'm holding on to this because I can't get it very easily anymore, and it's lovely. And then I picked up this Fenty Beauty powder just on the whim. This is the Set It Down Butter Loose Powder. I feel like maybe I saw someone use it in one of their videos. Anyway, I got like a bee in my bonnet, and I had to go out and get this powder because it looked so beautiful on this influencer, and it does look really, really beautiful on the skin. It does that like really it has a really strong blurring effect. That's what I'm trying to say. It has a really strong blurring effect. I just don't use powders like that a lot. Like the Patrick Star One Size powder does kind of like the same thing, but I'm gonna hold on to it because I don't have a lot of powders like that, and if that's what I'm going for, this powder and this one are the 2 that I go for. So this one has more of a yellow tint. This one is ultra pink. Obviously has a very pink tint. So this is a little bit more natural. This is going to be a lot more brightening on my skin. So I'll hold on to both of these. Wow, I'm doing terribly here, aren't I? I only have a few that I'm decluttering so far. Okay, and then we've got the Givenchy Prism Libre loose powders. This was so sad to me. So I still have the old version, and then this is the new version. It's bigger. It's okay. It's not as good as the old version. So I think actually I'm going to declutter this one. I'm going to hold on to the old version. It still works. I have number 2 Satin Blanc, and this one is number 1, the Mousseline Pastel. I never reached for it. I'm not going to, I think. So I'm going to declutter that one. I'll hold on to this just cause. It's great. Fantastic. I'm still bummed about that discontinuation. Okay, the Kogen Do Natural Lighting Powder. As you guys know, I love this. This and the Addiction Tokyo are like my all-time favorite loose powders. This is just fantastic on the skin. It's translucent, but it doesn't look dry, cakey, nothing like that, ever, ever, ever. And it just has the most beautiful, subtle, like satin sheen to it. It's gorgeous. So I'm gonna hold on to that. I've got the Stay Powder. This Air Set Translucent Loose Powder is like a close kind of dupe for this Kogen Do. Kind of close. It has like a really nice sheen to it too. It's not quite as perfect as the natural lighting powder from Kogendo, but this is really nice. I do like this a lot, so I'm gonna hold on to that. This Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder Ultra Blur Tone Up, this version in Rose, I really enjoy. The regular Translucent Loose Setting Powder from Laura Mercier, it's almost like the Sisley loose powders. I only use it when I really need, like really need a mattifying powder. But this one is really nice because it does have a nice like blurring effect, and I like the rose tone. It's a very subdued rose tone. Can you see? It's almost like peachy versus the Patrick Star, and even versus this one that I'm about to get to, but the Kosas one. Can you see how this is like just really subtle? So I like this for that reason. So I'm gonna hold on to this. I do love the Kosas Cloud Set Translucent Loose Setting Powder. So this one is candy, and then this one is buttery. I really like these too. I'm kind of a sucker for loose powder. I don't know, I just like the idea of loose powder. Anyway, I'm gonna hold on to these. So last but not least, we've got the Chantecaille Talc-Free Loose Powder. I really like this powder too. It's very smooth, it's very blurring, it's really, it's almost like the Goldilocks of loose powder. It just does a little bit of everything. A little bit of mattifying, but it's not drying, sets down your makeup, but it like does a little bit of blurring. It's really nice. So I'm gonna hold on to this as well. And that's it for this powder drawer. So let me put everything back, and then I'll show you what I am gonna declutter. Okay, I actually have a little bit of room in here. Surprise, surprise. I even have room for one more powder in here if I want. And then these are the products, the products that I am decluttering. So just 4. I've got this loose powder and then these 3 press powders. Okay, here is my other powder drawer, and I'm realizing I can probably put one of these over here. This may be too big. That's too big. Anyway, I'll figure it out. Not much is going to be leaving this drawer because a lot of these are like collector items, like the older Guerlain meteorites, because I don't really like the new ones. And so I kept a lot of the older ones and I just love them so much. Here are the Guerlain pressed meteorite powders. I don't really like these. They're kind of new, so I'm just kind of holding on to them for a little while. I don't know, I'm gonna play around with them a little bit more. The fragrance in here is way too strong. Way too strong. And I also don't like the new fragrance as much as I like the old one. Also, these are very mattifying. So for me, they're almost like a little bit too drying. But again, I just wanna kind of keep playing with them or whatever, and hold on to these for a little while. So actually, I think I'm gonna put these over in my pressed powder drawer because I have that room now. Oh yeah, they fit right there. Okay. I do also have this Makeup Forever HD Skin Perfecting Pressed Powder in 1.1 light. So this powder is fine. I don't remember loving it or hating it. I think it was just, it's Makeup Forever. So I think it probably was like a Goldilocks of pressed powder. But I kept it for a reason. I think I did like how it set down my makeup. It really put like a nice, like it really left my skin feeling like really smooth and not tacky at all. So it was kind of like a really nice powder for other powder products to go on top of. So I'm gonna hold on to this. I'm gonna see if I, reach for it or whatever. I should probably put this in the other drawer too because I forgot about this, it being over here. Yeah, so that fit over there as well, so that's good. This Charlotte Tilbury, I really love this setting powder right here. This blush is fine. I don't think there's anything special, but this setting powder is incredible, is really lovely. So I'm gonna hold on to this. Also, the packaging is kind of cute. So I've got that. I've got the loose Chanel powder, which I do enjoy. I have it in the shade number 12, which is very brightening for my skin tone. I think I'm probably better as a 20, but they didn't have it in stock when I went in store to get it. So I got the 12 and it's been fine. All right, so I've got a couple of Laura Merciers here. I've got the mint. So this is, I have got that rose version that I just showed you in the other drawer. So this is the mint version of that. And then this is the translucent version of the Ultra Blur. I don't think I need the mint. They sent this to me, which was so nice of them. And I kept it and used it because I do have redness in my skin, but I don't think it really does that much. I feel like the Prada press powder does more than this loose powder, which is interesting because this looks greener to me. But anyway, I'm gonna declutter this one. And then I just have this translucent one. I think, You know, I put the rose in that drawer because I was reaching for it more, but I do like this powder. I guess I'll hold on to it a little bit longer. I'll have to remind myself of that when I do my declutter at the end of the year. And then I've got a bunch of these Laura Mercier, the regular translucent loose setting powder. So this is the one that I think generally is just a little bit too dry for my skin, but they actually engraved my name on this one. So that's why I've held on to this one. And then I've got the Secret Brightening. This is like the under eye one. Yeah, Secret Brightening Under Eye Setting Powder in Translucent. And then this is basically the under eye brightening powder in soft pink. So I do like these. These are actually quite nice under the eyes. So I'm gonna hold on to both of these. I don't really know what makes a difference between this and the regular powder. I don't know, but these look really great. They're very, very like blurring and smoothing underneath the eyes. So I'm gonna hold on to those. And then I did get a little Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. For some reason, this one is not my favorite. It looks, well, let me say this. It should be a powder that I like. It has like a really beautiful sheen, but there's something very thick about this powder. And I've spoken about this before, where even if I feel like I'm putting on the lightest layer of it, I feel like it looks a little heavy on my skin. And I don't know why. And I keep, like, I had a big, like, full size of this. I got rid of it. I think I got another one. I got rid of it. And then, like, finally I was like, well, I want to try it again. And then I got this little one, like, thank God. So I'm just going to hold on to this. I'm going to keep trying it, but I still have like my reservations about this particular loose powder. And I know this is like people's favorite, like absolute favorite, especially people with dry skin. So I don't know what my problem is, but I'll hold on to that. And then I do have the newer Clé de Peau loose powder. I love the loose powder before this one. This one is also very, very nice. But the other loose powder that I had, I think they only had one shade, and it was a really, really light pink. Almost like, yeah, like it had a tone, actually not even as pink as this one. Like it had a really subtle pink tone to it, and I liked it. This shade is fine. I have this really weird like refill jar. I have two light mediums. So there is one that's lighter than this, but none of them have like a slight cool pink tone to them. So I do miss that a little bit, but this is a very nice powder. Very, very nice. Very finely milled. It's got that net top, which I actually really like. But I ended up ordering this from an international site before this was released in the US. So I got this like really strange, I didn't realize I was buying just a refill. So it's like this really strange refill. And the refills here in the US don't look like this. So I don't know. I don't know. And then the rest of this stuff are all like meteorites. And then I have a backup of the Prison Libre. I have number 3, I think. Oh, the Vol Rosé. I think I was calling this Satin Blanc. The Satin Blanc is number 2, but I used number 3. But it's nice to have that as a backup. This is a Guerlain loose powder. They don't make anymore. And then, yeah, that's it. That's it. Just a whole bunch of like different meteorites stuff that I've kept just as a collector. It's stupid, but it doesn't take up that much room. It's just this one drawer. So I've allowed myself that. Okay, so I don't have to actually replace anything. I didn't take anything out, and the only thing I'm decluttering is this mint powder from Laura Mercier. Okay, we've come to my cream and liquid bronzer drawer, and I think I'm giving up on this Victoria Beckham. Did you guys watch my Victoria Beckham video where I tried this again? It was probably my 3rd or 4th time trying this, and every single time I just have not been able to make it work. And I don't understand because I like the blush version of this, but this one, like, it's balled up on me. It looks patchy. It just doesn't look quite right. So I think, oh, it's new, which is why I'm hesitating, because I'm like, do I need to keep trying it? Should I look for like tips? Should I see like what other people are doing with this and try and figure it out? I don't know. This is a maybe. That's a maybe. Okay, I've got my Dior sticks, which I love. I really love the contour stick, which I have in one light, nice, cool tone. And then I do have the bronzer stick in one light fair. So keeping those. And then I'm also keeping my contour sticks, the Face Trace contour sticks from Westman Atelier. I have Biscuit, which is the original shade. And then she extended the shade range and she came out with a shade that's lighter, which is even more appropriate. So this is Olay. So I'm going to keep both. I do like Biscuit. I do like Biscuit, but now that she's come out with Olay, I feel like that one's even more perfect for my skin tone. But this is great if I want a more dramatic contour, or if I do get a tan in the summertime, this is perfect. Okay, we've got, wow. We've got this Rare Beauty one. We've got this Say one. I like both of these a lot. I never ever reach for them. And I think if I were to keep one, it would be the Rare Beauty one. I remember really loving this tone. So this is Gentle. It's just a really great cool tone. This is actually a great contour, not bronzer. And then here's the Say, which is Sand. I mean, they actually serve two very different purposes, right? Contour, bronze. Okay, maybe I'll keep... maybe I'll keep those. All right, I've got this Persona stick in Mojave. I do really enjoy the stick, but I'm going to declutter that. I've got this Merit bronzer stick. Ooh, and that one's okay. It's very similar actually to the Say. Oh, interesting. I think I'm more inclined to use a stick version of something, but look at that. That's like almost identical in tone. Actually, this one's more yellow. Sorry, now that like they're both setting down, this one's a little bit more yellow. You know what? I'm going to pass this along. I'm going to declutter that. Okay, this Rhode one I just got, and I like it. I like it. It's just very pigmented, so you have to be careful. Careful when applying it. So I'm going to keep that. And then, let's see. We've got a couple from Chanel here. These are Balm Essentials. So I've got Solar Glow and Golden Light. I don't think I'm getting rid of either of these. These are also really different. They're very sheer, they're very balmy, and they have a metallic sheen. So they're quite different. They're quite different from like all of the other sticks that I have. I've got these Makeup Forever Artist Color Crayons. I think these are definitely more for artists, I'll say. So I've got these two shades, and neither of them are quite right. And I feel like if I wanted to mix them up, like that one's quite dark. So I'm going to declutter that. And then this one, it's just, there's like a lot of red in there where it almost looks like a terracotta. I'm just not gonna, I don't foresee myself using that. So I'm going to declutter that as well. And then this is actually great. This is the Isamaya contour stick and sculpting stick, excuse me. And I think the shade I have is Willow. Yeah, I have is Willow. So this is really great. And the Victoria Beckham contour stick actually reminds me of this one. Let's see. Yeah, very, very similar. I just got this, so I'm going to hold on to both of these. The Chantecaille Radiance Gel Bronzer. This is a longtime favorite of mine. I'm going to hold on to that. This Makeup by Mario. I had high hopes for this. And not to say anything bad about this product, because it's quite nice. It has a nice tone. It's got a really beautiful pearly sheen. I just never, ever use it. I never think to use it. I never have the occasion to use it, so I'm just going to declutter that. Okay, and then that's all for those. Let's see, I've got a whole bunch of like cream bronzers. Well, let's talk about the Westman Atelier. You guys know I love these, so I'm going to hold on to both of these. The Hung Van Gogh, I do really enjoy. The formula is wonderful, but one shade is much too deep for me. Yeah, so this one, Present, and then this one's Intentional. Intentional is deeper. I'm going to declutter that. I'm going to keep Present. I've got the Summer Fridays one. This is actually a lovely cream bronzer. Oh, I have the Refi one. That one's upstairs. I love that one. I'm going to keep that. I've got the Ilia bronzer. This has like a little bit of a glow to it. I like that as well. The Chanel cream bronzer I'm going to hold on to. Just Like Paradise from Sarah Creole. This one, I think actually, I purchased this in 2.5. I should have gotten 1.5. I don't know what I was thinking. But the one is too warm. The 1.5 is cooler, more neutral. So I want to get that one. And then I don't know why. I just skipped it all and got 2.5. And this is too deep. So I'm going to declutter that. And then we've got the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate in Intensity 0.5. I love this. The tone is great. I've also had it forever, and it still works wonderfully. It doesn't smell weird or anything, so I'm going to hold on to it. I do really like that. The Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer. This is in shade Light. This I really love. This has actually appeared in favorites and everything, but it's so grubby. Can you guys see that? It's like dusty. There's like little hairs in there, and I can't stand to look at it anymore, so I'm going to declutter that. I'm going to declutter that as well. And then I've got this Refi, it's like a cushion bronzer. Why can't I open this? Oh, here we go. It's a cushion bronzer. And, you know, I used it once. It's okay. I have to use this more often. I feel like I can make it look better on my skin. When I used it for you guys, I felt like I was rushing a little bit, and it looked fine, but I'm like, I could make this look better. So I'm going to hold on to that and keep playing with that. I've got the Say Sun Melt Fair Bronze. This is great. I love this tone. I love this formula. I'm going to hold on to that. The NARS Laguna Bronzing Cream. I don't actually like the Laguna bronzer, but I like this bronzing cream because the tone is different. And, oh, it's completely shrunk up. Is this too old? It's like completely shrunk up from the sides. It's like completely dried out. Okay. I should say goodbye to this. This I've had for quite some time. And then I have the Mary Phillips palette. This is the, what's the full name? Underpainting Face Palette. I have it in the shade Light, and I really like this. I need to use it more. But I really, really like this. I like the texture. Like, it's very, very creamy. I like the shades in here. It's like perfect, absolutely perfect between concealing, highlighting, correcting, contouring, and bronzing. It's wonderful. It's perfect for my skin tone. So I'm going to hold on to that. And that's it for this drawer. So let me put back what I'm keeping, and then I'll show you what I'm decluttering. Okay, looks a little bit emptied out. And these are all the products I'm decluttering. I'm pretty proud of myself. I didn't think I was going to get rid of that much from this drawer, but this is not bad. All right, now we've got my bronzer drawer. There's so many bronzers in here, and I feel like I'm not going to be getting rid of too many. So, all right, let's just start. I've got my Sicily gel powder bronzer. That is not going anywhere, as I'm sure you guys could have guessed. But I do also have the old one. Do I keep both? I mean, they are slightly different in tone. The newer one is a little bit lighter, not quite as warm. Can you guys? I don't even know if you can tell, but I have talked about it. I'm going to keep it for a little while longer because I do have plenty of product in here, and it's so good. It's so good. Okay. So then I've got a whole bunch of Dior bronzers. I've got this limited edition one with the ladybug. This is not going anywhere. I mean, simply the packaging alone, but this bronzer is actually quite nice. So this is their Dior Forever, the pink bronze. So this is like the bronzer they come out with all the time when they're doing limited edition bronzers, because this one is the Dior Riviera one from last year, and it's pink bronze. So it's basically the same one. And then here's the one from their regular line. This is number 3 Soft. So I really enjoy this bronzer from their regular line. And I think this is the one that you can only get on the Dior site, not at Sephora. So just FYI. Okay, so I'm keeping those. And then I do have the new Chantecaille bronzers. These are not going anywhere. This one is Soleil, the one that I use the most. And then here is Serena, which is a little bit warmer. And then here's the old Goa, which I really love, but it's deeper than the other two. It has like a really nice red base. I'm going to keep it because I do love this one. I probably won't use it in a video, but I'll probably use it on my own. So I'm going to hold on to that. And then I do have this one, which is the Sunstone Real Bronze. This one did have a different tone to it, and I actually don't really like that much. It has a little bit of a yellow tone. Can you guys see that? And so it ends up looking a little sallow on my skin, so I'm actually going to declutter this. Makes me sad because I really like that packaging. And then I have the old Serena from Chantecaille, and I'm going to hold on to this because it's nice to be able to compare. So I'm going to hold on to that. And then I've got some Guerlain Terracotta bronzers. This one is one of my favorites, as you guys know, this light one, Light Cool 00. And then this one is the one that had the leopard, like the gold or whatever, the overspray. So cool. As you guys know, I love, love, love leopard print. So I'm just holding on to this for like collector's purposes. And then I've got the Surratt. This is a gorgeous bronzer also. This tone is really beautiful. I'm gonna keep that. And then I've got some of these Laura Mercier Bronze Color Infusion. These are like split pans, and one side is meant to be sculpt, one side is meant to be glow. This is number one. I love this one. I use this quite often, so I'm gonna hold on to that. And this one is number 2, which works for my skin tone, but I never reach for it because I'm always reaching for one. So I'm gonna declutter this. Then we've got the Clé de Peau split pan. This is a really great bronzer. It's warm, but it has like a little bit of a peach undertone, which I don't even think you can see in the pan. Once you get it on your skin, at least on my complexion, it does have a really nice peach undertone. Love that. I'm gonna keep that. This RMS is gorgeous. On the cooler side, baked gel powder formula, really, really beautiful. This is Beach Walk Betty, the Redimension Hydra Bronzer. So they have all those blushes. Same idea, just a bronzer shade. And then we've got a bunch of new ones. So I tried the CL one, and I think the deeper, or technically the deeper one, which is this one, Amalfi, worked better on my skin tone. So this one is Cabo, right? Yeah, Cabo, which is lighter, but it has that same kind of yellow undertone that the Chantecaille had. And so I didn't really like it on my skin. So I'm actually going to declutter this one and keep Amalfi. The Marc Jacobs, you guys know I love, love, love. This has such a great formula. The texture of it is great. The shade is wonderful. It's slightly peach. I love this as a bronzer, as a blush. It's just gorgeous. The packaging I think is super cute. It's a little bulky if you want to travel with it, but it's great in terms of traveling because I think it serves two purposes. You can use this as a blush or bronzer. So anyway, a little give and take here between the packaging and its dual purposeness. And then we've got the Soleil d'Hermès. This is, I believe, limited edition this past season. Really fun, really, really fun. You've got a nice bronzer combo down here and a nice blush combo up here. Very beautiful, so I'm gonna keep that. This Clarins one, the tone actually was not great for me. It looks very warm in the pan, but when I got it on my skin, I mean, it looked fine. Like, it didn't look, I don't know, I don't want to say it looked bad or anything. It just wasn't, it wasn't my ideal. It had a little bit of that same yellow. Actually, I'm going to hold it up next to the CL. Like, it has the same kind of yellow tinge to it. Maybe it's the shade down here. I liked it. I didn't love it, so I'm going to declutter this. And then I do have the Hermès bronzer from their regular line. This is shade number 1, their lightest shade. I do love this very much. It's a great light shade. You can use it almost like if you need kind of an all-over bronze. It's nice to use almost like a setting powder, if you will, because you can just dust it lightly all over. It's light enough to do that. Again, for me, for my skin tone. So I'm going to hold on to that. And then, let's see, we've got the Givenchy bronzer contour. This is actually a really interesting product because it's so light. So this is Mousseline Bronze 001. This is their lightest shade. This is a very interesting bronzer because it's very light. Very, very light. So what I was saying about the Hermès goes like double for this one. It's super duper light. And the powder is super soft. It's quite nice. It's quite nice. It's just really light. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say that, but it's really light. Okay, here's the Tom Ford Corsica number 1. This is a lovely bronzer. It is definitely on the warmer side, but it's not too orangey, it's not too yellow. Has a great tone, really soft formula, really beautiful. They just recently redid like many or most of the products in the Tom Ford beauty line. So this is relatively new. So I'm gonna keep this. I have this Makeup by Mario bronze. It's really, really light. Since I have 2 other really light ones, I think I'm gonna just, yeah, I'm gonna pass this along because, yeah, I've got the Givenchy, I've got the Hermès, so I never really reach for this one. I've got this Valentino one. This is actually the refill. I'm actually going to pass this along. I love, love, love the Valentino powder products because they have such a creaminess to them. They're like a cream to powder formula, but this is so old. I got this when the Valentino line first launched, so this is probably 4 years old. I just need to say goodbye. So I'm going to declutter that. And then I've got the Hung Van Gogh bronzer in Straightforward. This is quite nice. This is a bit of a deeper bronze for me. It actually kind of reminds me of the Tom Ford. So a great bronzer. I wouldn't use it as a contour. I probably am not going to use these bronzers like in the winter time. They're probably a little bit too strong for my light skin tone, but in the summertime, I think it's really nice if you're looking for a little bronze to your makeup look. Okay, I've got the Jones Road, the bronzer in Dusty Rose. This is awesome. Awesome, awesome. This is not a total dupe for the Bobbi Brown bronzer that had this pink tone to it, but if you have any coolness to your skin, the tone of your skin, this is amazing. Absolutely amazing. And this is actually a great product, much like the Marc Jacobs. If you want a bronzer and a blush in one, I just sort of dust this all over my cheek and it seems to know like what to do. It seems to bronze where it needs to bronze and it seems to like blush where it needs to blush. So I love that product. The Farrah Hamidi bronzer in Bois. This is a wonderful cooler toned bronzer. I love it. It's pressed powder, super soft, blends out beautifully. I love this. Love the little compact too. And then here is the Say Super Suede bronzer in Palermo. This is okay. This one comes very, very close to being a little bit too yellow, but it doesn't go there. It doesn't cross that line. So I'm gonna hold on to this. I really like the baked powders from Say. Super smooth, really nice sheen. Yeah, they just blend out beautifully. So I'm gonna hold on to that. I've got my Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow. I love this. This is one of my favorite products from Charlotte Tilbury. This and that corrector, that Vanish corrector, awesome. This is awesome. This is probably one of the first products I ever got from Charlotte Tilbury, and I'm probably on my third one. Not that I panned the other ones, but they got too old. But yeah, this is wonderful. Like that sculpt shade is perfect. This highlight, gorgeous. So I'm gonna hold on to this. And then I have this Hourglass Ambient palette. I've got Soft Light, Radiant Light, and Golden Bronze Light. This is, I think, meant for warmer and deeper skin tones than mine, but I can kind of mix some of the shades and get like a nice bronzer. I can use this like on my forehead if I want a little bit of, you know, like that hourglass sheen, which isn't quite a highlighter, but it's definitely much more than like just a setting powder. So it's really nice. And you know, hourglass powders, they're just super fine and gorgeous on the skin. So this is also great for like eyeshadow. So this is a great kind of dual purpose palette also. Yeah, it's a lighting palette volume 2. And then I have this Esom palette. This one is awesome. This is obviously meant for makeup artists. There's no need for me to use all of these shades, but I really like this shade for bronzer. I mixed two. I think I mixed these two for a contour because this one does have a little bit of yellow in there, and then this one kind of tones down that yellow if you mix it together. Anyway, I love these Esom palettes. You can have a lot of fun with them. So I'm gonna hold on to that. And then I do have an actual honest to goodness backup of that Golden Leopard bronzer. So I used that one, and then this one still has the gold overspray. Isn't it gorgeous? I love it. I love it so much. So I'm just holding on to this one for posterity like a maniac. Okay, so let me put back all the ones I'm keeping and then I'll show you the ones that I am decluttering. Okay, well, we kind of, oh, whoops. I've got one big bronzer back here. Gosh, I almost forgot about my Armani. I love this one. This has definitely shown up in my favorites. I need to pull this one back out. This was like hiding in the back. Okay, that is definitely all of them. So here are all my bronzers, and then here are all the ones that I'm getting rid of. This is actually more than I thought. I mean, not that many, but more than I thought, so that's good. All right, now we've moved into blushes. So this is my liquid cream, or any blushes that that have overflowed from the other drawers. Not that organized, but whatever. Okay, All right, I don't foresee me getting rid of a lot of these blushes because a lot of them still look relatively new to me, like these Tom Ford blushes. These just recently came out, so I'm definitely going to hold on to these. These are the Soleil Sun-Kissed Blush, and they have like a very mousse-like texture. They have a really, really nice kind of like soft matte finish. And yeah, definitely like, you know, a look that I've been getting into. I've said that many times. A look that I've been getting more into is that cloud-like soft matte appearance on my cheeks versus a really heavy glow, which I traditionally like. But anyway, I'll be keeping these. I also have these two blushes just hanging around. They don't fit in any of my other blush drawers. And I do really love these Kosas baked blushes. This one is in shade Blush is Life. No, Hype? Wait. Oh, Blush is Life is the blush. Hype is the shade name. That's really pretty. And then this one is Dreamland. Look at that beautiful nude. So I'm going to be holding on to those. Just wanted to mention them because they were off to the side here. I just picked up these cream blushes from Armani. These are the Dolce Makeup Blush. So I got all 5 of these shades and they're really nice. Some of the comments I got, because I made a short kind of trying all of these on, swatching all of them, the comment that I got was they thought the packaging looked really, really cheap. And, you know, I get that, right? They're plastic, they're colorful. Maybe you could say they're not as sophisticated as you're used to seeing from Armani, but I think they're really fun. And I love that you can see what color they are without having to open them up. And, you know, they look very, very tiny. Sorry, my camera keeps focusing or refocusing. They look tiny, but there's 8 grams of product, so not, you know, not too bad. So yeah, I really like them. I like them. So I'm going to hold on to those. And then I've got these Refi cushion blushes. I haven't gotten a chance to use these too much, so I would like to get to use them a little bit more, get to know them a little bit better. So I'm going to hold on to those. The Violette FR Plume blushes. You guys know how much I love this. I mean, talk about soft matte cloud-like finish on your cheeks. This is gorgeous. I still want to order the other shades. I have them in my cart, in my Sephora cart. I just haven't pulled the trigger yet, so I'm going to do that. Oh, here's another Refi cushion blush. And they don't look as deep on the skin as they do in the cushion. Obviously, it's very concentrated in there, but they're much lighter, much more like watery. And that's the name of these, is Water Blush. So I'm going to hold on to that. Oh, this Chanel Le Beige Healthy Glow Blush. I love this. This is in the shade Delice. And this is the one that came in that kit with the little like basket. And I don't think they sell this individually. They do have this Healthy Glow blush individually, but it's in different shades. I don't know why they would do that. This shade is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. The 2 shades that they have are a little bit deeper and brighter, but this one is a really great, like, subtle pink. It's stunning. I love that. This is also relatively new to my collection. These are the Insatiable Liquid Blushes from NARS. I was just very curious about them. I love Exhibit A, which is their super bright red. And this shade really caught my eye. This one is Double Dare. Great, great nude shade. So keeping those, again, relatively new. And from the 1 or 2 time, I think I've used these twice. I really enjoy the formula. So I'm going to keep those. And we've got these Le Beige Water Fresh blushes. I love these from Chanel. They're so, so great. I have had these for a while, but I did just pull them out and use, which shade did I use? I can't remember which shade I used, but it worked fine. I think it was Intense Coral. I think I usually go for warm pink, but I wanted something stronger the other day. That's right, I used Intense Coral. Anyway, these are a lot of fun, just like their Water Fresh foundation. And yeah, they have those little color beads that you have to like pop. And then you get the pigmentation, and they're fun. They're water-based, they feel great on the cheeks. So anyway, I'm gonna hold on to those. And then I've got all of these cheek gelées from Chantecaille. They so kindly basically re-upped me on it. I have 2 Euphorics, and I probably have 2 of another color too. I have happy, lively, vibrant, oops, delight and thrill. Okay, so I only have 2 of euphoric. Yeah, I'll pass, I don't know, I'll pass one of these along and I'll hold on to those. And then I've got my Hourglass Unreal liquid blushes. I had all of the shades. They were kind enough in sending them to me, so this is what I've whittled it down to, so I'm not getting rid of any more. I really, really like these Unreal liquid blushes. So anyway, I'm gonna keep those. And then I've got my Sarah Creole mousse blushes. These are relatively new. I'm just gonna hold on to all of these. The full name is Common and Hot Blurring Pressed Mousse Blush. I love these. I love the colors. I love the formula. The formula is a little bit different from a lot of the like cream blushes that I've been playing around with. So yeah, I'm gonna keep those. I've got my Givenchy Prism Lead blushes. I've got number 3, which is the coral shade, and number 2, which is the rose shade. I love these. These are really pretty too. I'm gonna hold on to those. I've got the Victoria Beckham Color Wash blush in coral. This I love. Works great. I mean, I still don't understand why that bronze doesn't work. Doesn't work on my cheek, but this is really, really great. So I'm gonna hold on to that. I've got the Western Atelier Liquid Super Loaded Illuminator in Peau de Petal. And I have this with my blushes because it has quite a bit of pigmentation. And so it's a little bit, I think, for my skin tone, a little bit too pigmented as a highlighter. So I use it kind of like a blush topper or a really light blush if I'm in the mood for that. So I'm gonna keep that. These are the old cheek sticks from Victoria Beckham. She's come out with those blush styluses, which I'm actually not a fan of. I wish she kept these. I've got Roller Skate and Fever. Here's Roller Skate. Look at these great colors. And Fever is like a bright red. Isn't that fun? So I'm gonna hold on to those. Still sad about it. All right, I've got this Make Me Blush liquid blush from YSL. This one is awesome. I'm gonna hold on to that. I've got these luminous silk blushes from Armani. These are okay. I actually like these a lot more. These look better, much better on my cheeks than these, but I'm gonna hold on to these just for, you know, video and comparison purposes. So I'll hold on to that. I've got a bunch of I know I've whittled these down. I used to have, I don't know, probably 10 of these, like all their shades. So I've whittled it down to Cutie, Fluffy, and Lady. Yeah, these are such great neutral shades, and this is such a great like punchy watermelon color for the summertime. So I'm gonna hold on to those. And then, let's see, I've got the Jones Road Gel Tint in Dusty Rose. I think I've used this once. I would like to use that more. I don't even think I've formed an opinion on that. So I'm gonna hold on to this. And then I've got the Rare Beauty blush in Bliss. And I believe this is like the soft matte blush. There isn't the full name on this sticker, sorry. But I really like this light pink. I feel like a lot of the pinks that I have are a little bit more bold. They're not quite this light. Even the softer, this one's a little deeper. Maybe this one, yeah, this one's a little bit deeper. So I'm gonna hold on to this Rare Beauty one because it's, yeah, a little bit lighter than all the ones that I have. And then I've got this CL, which is a Blush and Protect SPF 50 in Kirsty. And, oh, this is actually kind of close. Well, it's more nude, but I really love the CL products, so I'm gonna hold on to that. So yeah, when it comes to decluttering, a total fail, because what did I get rid of? I think all I did was just get rid of this Euphoric because I have 2. But anyway, I do remember going through my liquid blushes and being pretty ruthless during Mishmas. So I'm not really surprised, but yeah, didn't really get rid of much. All right, let me put all of these back. Okay, at least it looks a little bit more organized now. Okay, a lot more cream blushes. I remember I was trying to put all of my sticks and all of my compacts in here, and it didn't all fit. So that's why they're kind of mixed up between the liquids and the creams in that other drawer. But anyway, okay, let's start with this. I know, again, I don't think I'm going to be getting rid of much in this drawer. A lot of this stuff is pretty new. Yeah, because as you guys know, there's been a ton of cream and liquid blush releases over the past year or so. So I've got my Westman Atelier Baby Cheeks blush sticks. I think I have every shade, and a lot of them I've even replaced with newer ones, so I'm just going to hold on to all of them. I've got Mimi, which is my favorite nude. I think this one's exclusive to her site. I've got Minette, which is such a gorgeous light pink with a little bit of a sheen to it. This is great for the summertime. I've got Chouchette, which is fairly nude, but it has a little bit of a pinky tint to it. We've got Petal, which is their iconic shade. I've got Doo Doo, which is a deeper cool toned pink. Pop It, which is their super bright, bright, bright pink. Garçon, which is a deep nude. And Fizz, which is a really pretty, very light kind of watermelon pink. This, I think, also may be exclusive to her site, to the Westman Atelier site. I'm not sure. But, or maybe it just started out that way. Anyway, this is Fizz. So keeping all of those. And then I've got the Unreal blush sticks from Charlotte Tilbury. I love these. Absolutely love these. So I'm going to hold on to these. These just perform really, really well. Wow, I got a lot hiding back here. Okay, I've got this Suku Cream Touch Blush and Lip. This is in shade S01. And I had a couple of these. I kept this one because I love this shade so much. Isn't that gorgeous? This nude. So I'm going to hold on to that. This was all the way in the back, so I need to bring this forward in my drawer so I remember to use it. Oh, more of these Artist Color crayons from Makeup Forever. I think I'll pass these along. Yeah, all of these colors are great, I think, if you're an artist and you want to like mix them up or whatever, but I'm not that good. Pass those along. I've got a bunch from Beauty Pie. These are their Super Cheek. These are really nice. I've got Perfect Nude, Universal Pink, and Blazed Apple. Aren't these fun? I'm going to hold on to those. I've got a couple of these from Pat McGrath. I've got Alluring Nude and Peach Lotus. Alluring Nude is one of my favorite nudes. So good. And then Peach Lotus, I think they actually were kind enough in sending this to me, but it doesn't even look like I've used this at all. So I'm going to pass this along and hold on to Alluring Nude. Oh, the Lisa Eldridge Velatura Balms. So this is in Pomegranate Glacé. Gorgeous. I really, really like the formula of these. These are a lot of fun. I've got to pull these out and play with those. Those are really, really fun. And then I've got some Chanel. Are these all Balm Essentiel? Oh no, some of these are the actual blushes. So I think these have been discontinued. So I've got blush number 20 and blush number 23. So this is number 20. Look at this gorgeous nude. I can't believe they discontinued these. I actually repurchased these because I had these and they were old and just a little crusty. And I was like, I have to have these in my life. So I reordered them, I don't know, maybe last year or the year before, but I think right before they got discontinued. So I'm quite happy about that. So 20 and 23. And then this one, I think was part of one of their spring collections. This is Refresh. So I'm going to hold on to that also. And then I do have these. Oh wait, here's another one. This is Rouge Fraise. Oh, this is a Balm Essentiel, so this is a little bit different. It's balmier. It's going to be a little bit more sheer, a little bit glossier than those blushes, but it does have a decent amount of pigmentation, and this shade is fairly deep, so I do have this in my blush drawer versus my highlight drawer. So I'm going to keep that. And then I've got these brand new, the multi-use duo sticks. So I've got Intense Glow, Gentle Glow, and Pure Glow. I really like these. The formula of these is much like the Balm Essentiel versus their stick blushes, which had a little bit more of a powdery finish. Yeah, these are really balmy and much more emollient, but I'm going to hold on to all of those. I've got these Prada cream blushes. So that one is Tulip, and this one is Dahlia. I like these, and I've said this before, I really like these blushes, but I don't find their formula to be spectacular in any way. It's a little bit on the thicker side. So not that they feel dry or dried out, they're just thicker. So I find that I have to kind of work them in slowly onto my cheek. Like I have to wait for them to kind of melt down a little bit. And then I feel like they blend out. And they blend out beautifully, but they do kind of have to warm up a little bit on your cheek. But anyway, those are the Prada, what are these? The full name? Prada Touch Cream to Powder color. And then I've got 3 of these Marc Jacobs joysticks. So I've got Self-Centered. That's a nice nude rose color. And then I've got Papa Don't Preach. My God, that's gorgeous. This actually reminds me of that Victoria Beckham one. Oops. Wow. I just ruined it. Oh well. And then I have Hot Flush, which is this great pink. So I really like those. I don't know if there's anything terribly special about that formula, but very nice. And, you know, if you're into this like kitschy packaging, it's really cute. I just love how like these look like they should be soft. Like you should be able to squish them down because they look like those Mylar balloons, but they're not. Oh, I've got these new blush styluses from Victoria Beckham. I'm just not a fan of these. I don't like blushes that are this thin. It's I don't know, like this makes sense. This doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, I have got 2 shades, which are very pretty. This one is Fresco, and then this one is Sienna. Shades are really nice. The formula is decent. I just don't like the stick, and there's very little product in these. So these have 1 gram of product. And just for reference, let's see how much these Chanel's have. Oh God, that's really small. I think these have 8 grams. I feel like 8 grams is kind of standard. These have 9 grams. Yeah, so you really, really have very, very little product in there. Gosh, I've got this Tom Ford Creme Blush and Alpine Blush. This, I believe, was limited edition. It was part of their Soleil Neige collection. I don't know if it's from this past Soleil Neige or the one before. Maybe the one before. But anyway, this is actually a very, very pretty color. This gives you that perfect, like, snow bunny glow. So it's, like, perfect for their Soleil Neige collection. I've got this Beautiful Skin Island Glow Lip and Cheek in Sun Blushed Glow from Charlotte Tilbury. This is gorgeous. This is such a great summertime blush. And then I do have some of these Natasha Denona blush duos. I kept this one, I know, because this is a very unique shade for my collection. I don't have a lot of lilac purpley blush shades, so that one I'm going to keep. And then this one is Nude Muse. I'll keep that. You guys know how much I love a nude blush. And then I have these 3. This one is Fresh Mauve. Also a nice peachy nude shade. This one is Simply Shy. Soft, lighter pinky peach. And then this one is Sweet Cheeks. Yeah, I like all of these, and I feel like they're different enough from each other and from the other blushes I have. So I'm going to keep all of those. And then I have another limited edition Tom Ford. This is the Creme Blush in Cafe Blush. Look at that. Look at this packaging. I wish they would come out with more packaging like this. It's just gorgeous. So anyway, I'm going to hold on to that. And then I've got a bunch of these Sochi cream blushes. The Bare Muse shade is such a great nude shade. Look at that, slightly cool toned. Oh my God, it's so good. This is actually a great like bronze contour blush shade. It's perfect. Love that. And then I've got Speak Easy, which is a deeper shade. And then this one is Rosy Rest. This one. I think I'm going to pass along this Speak Easy. It's a little bit deep for my skin tone. And when it comes to these Sochi blushes, I mean, I have to admit, I just keep reaching for Bare Muse. But this one, I think at least I have a better chance of using this Rosy Rest. Oh, I've got another Chanel. This is Reset. This was definitely part of one of the limited edition collections that came out for spring, I think last spring. Okay, I've got these 3 from Jones Road. These are the Blushing Stick. Let's see if I like all these colors. Ooh, that's deep. This one, I think I'll keep this one. This is Bare, of course. And then this one is actually pretty too. This is Pinch. And then this one, which is a collaboration with Emily Di Donato, I think I'll pass this along because this shade is a little bit deep for my skin tone. So I'll pass that along. And then, let me see, I think that's all that I have back there. Let's take a look at all of these. So I do love these Refi cream blushes. So this one is in Malaya, and then this one is in Rose. These look very similar. These look very, very similar. I mean, a little bit more pink, a little bit more peach. I really do like these like pan cream products from Refi. Like their bronzer is so good. Anyway, I'll just keep these. They're very small. They don't take up much room. This House Labs, this is in Glassy Ginger. This is a gorgeous nude also, and I really like this formula. Keeping that. And then I've got, let's see, these from Make Beauty. There's one that I love. I think it's Hyper Nude. Yeah, Hyper Nude. Oh my God, I really am a broken record. Hyper Nude is gorgeous nude. I just ruined it with the cap. And then we've got Major Mauve and Chroma. Pretty. I'm going to keep Chroma and pass along Major Mauve. And then I've got a couple from Violette FR. Oh no, sorry, this is Lisa Eldridge, another Velatura Balm. Where's that other one? Oh yeah, it's here. This one is in Rose Madder. This one is really pretty. A nice rosy shade. And yeah, these two from Violette FR, these Bisou blushes. I've got Louise and Marnie. Here is Louise. Look at that nude shade. Nice and like toasty brown. And then here is Louise, which is more of like a pinky nude. I really like those shades. Although I have to say, when it comes to Violette FR, those plume blushes, that's just what I think of when I think of Violette FR blushes now. But I have to remember those. Okay, I've got one Rhode Pocket Blush left. I kept, what shade is this? Freckle. But at one point I had, I think maybe 4 or 5 shades. Anyway, I love, love, love Freckle. And I really do like the formula and everything of that blush. Oh, and I've got this little itty bitty Bubble Baby Cheeks blush stick. This was, I think, part of a holiday limited edition collection. And this bubble is actually really interesting because it has a golden sheen to it. And the bubble shade itself is like a really cool toned pink where it's bordering on lilac. I mean, really, really pretty. So I'm going to hold on to that. And it comes in this teeny tiny green packaging. So much fun. Sisley, I've got one Phyto Blush Twist. This is in number 6 Passion. And I like this one because it has a golden sheen to it. The base color is a really pretty like coral peach. So I'll hold on to that. And then I've got several of these Dior blush sticks. I've got Toffee, which is probably my favorite. I've got 2 favorites. Let's see. Toffee and I think Candy. Yeah, Candy I think is my other favorite. They both have a little bit of a sheen. And then I also kept Rosewood and Cherry, because I thought that was a lot of fun. But these blush sticks were not my favorite. These came out at the same time as a whole bunch of other ones, and I fell in love with the Charlotte Tilbury ones. I like these better than the Dior. The Dior also has that kind of interesting fragrance to them. And then, yeah, anyway, they're okay, but I liked other ones a lot more than these, so I only kept these 4, but I had purchased all the shades. All right, that's it for this drawer. Let me put everything back, and then we can move on. All right, everything is back. I basically have to put the ones that have a magnet in here, otherwise they don't stand up, or like they can't be next to each other, like in a nice, calm, orderly fashion. So I have to put them in this container to fit well. Anyway, these none of these actually have any magnets in there, so they actually can line up nicely next to one another. So anyway, this is what I'm keeping, and this is what I am passing along. So I have 3 drawers of powder blushes, and I was just taking a look at all of these, and I'm like, I don't think I'm ready to get rid of any of these. I know that sounds insane, but a lot of them is just like a full color range of a line. Like I love these Dior powder blushes more than those stick blushes, which is why I have all of them. I've kept them all. Actually have another one that's not here. The Westman Atelier, same idea. These are all my Chanel's, my Dior's, Suku's. These are the old Valentino ones. I don't know if these are still around. I think these maybe got discontinued. I have more Chanel ones over here that are limited edition. They don't make anymore. You guys know how much I love these Ilia blushes, my Tom Ford blushes. So a lot of these are relatively new. These Sisley ones, this one is brand new, limited edition. But let me take a closer look and I will let you know if I get rid of anything. Okay, this is what I'm deciding on right now. I've got these Gucci blushes, which I really, really enjoy, but I don't really reach for them. I've had them in my collection for quite some time now. So I think I need to maybe just decide what colors I want to keep or what I want to get rid of. And then these Valentino Ida Cheeks, these were discontinued. So I think I'm going to keep these two and pass along those two. This one's a little deep for me. And then this is like, it's actually really pretty lilac. Maybe I will keep this and pass along this one. This one is really nice, but it is a little bit deep for my skin tone. This is just a really nice, pretty peach, but I just love the formula of these. So yeah, I will pass along those two. I'll keep these two. And then here, I kept this color, I remember, because it's like a really bright, cool toned bubblegum pink. But I don't really wear this color very often. Yeah, I feel like this got like much deeper. Okay, I'm gonna pass that along. I'm tempted to keep this just because it's different and I do really like the color. And then we've got a bright peach and then a softer peach. All right, I'll keep these three. I really do like these Gucci blushes. And then I've got this Persona Bubble. I'm gonna pass this along because it is actually kind of similar to that Gucci one. And then I've got these cream ones from Rare Beauty. And I like the colors and I like the formula, but they're really, really pigmented. And I feel like I have to be super duper careful. And that makes me like not reach for them, I feel like, as much as I should. So I'm gonna pass these along. Okay, and I'm gonna keep everything else. I'm gonna keep everything else you see here. Okay, I am on my floor because I'm just running out of time. I always seem to underestimate how long these declutter videos take to film. And the section that I wanted to get to just really desperately was my lip section. And that's all the way down at the bottom. So we're gonna go through, I think I only have 2 drawers. I have 1 drawer of lipsticks and 2 drawers of non-lipsticks, like lip balms, glosses, lip, like pencils, things like that. Not lip liners, but like chubby sticks, things like that. So I'm going to turn you around. We're going to start with the lip gloss tinted lip balm drawer. This is a disaster. This is so crazy. And it feels like every single company has come out with at least one iteration of a tinted lip balm. So let me turn you around and we'll just, yeah, we just have to just get rid of some of these. I can't find anything. Okay, do you see this disaster? It's not even all of it. And I'm sure I have some pieces in various purses all around my house. If I could just tackle this, I'll be very, very happy. So as you guys know, I love the Hydra Bombs from Westman Atelier. So I'm going to keep all of these. So let me just dig these out. So I've got 5 here. I think I have 7 total. I think I have Nectar and Cafe Creme in some purses. Anyway, I've taken those out. I do also want to keep my Chanel glosses. So the Hydra glosses, these are new. And then I have some older ones that I'm keeping, like my precious Rose Nave. Still love this. Still love it. So I've got those. Here's the old icing. Oh no, this is the old icing. This is the new icing. Hold on. These are the new ones. These are the old ones. And then one of the new Hydra ones I have in one of my bags. So anyway, I'm gonna put those aside. Oh, I do also have my Armani Prismaglass lip glosses. I love these. So I'm gonna keep, here's one. I even have a couple of the nude shade. So I'm gonna keep these. I've got my Tri-Liptide Peptide Lip Enhancing Treatment from Dr. Whitney Bowe. I love this, so I'm gonna keep that. This I should probably keep someplace else because it's just a lip balm, and I should just keep tinted ones in here. That's probably why this one's gotten really crazy, because I have this Aesop one too that I really like. This is their Cedar and Citrus Lip Salve, so I'm gonna keep that, and maybe put these elsewhere. Oh, I've got the Dior Glass lipsticks. I only have these in here because there is no room in my lipstick drawer. So I'm gonna keep these. I think I have 3 of these. I don't know. Oh, here it is. Yeah, here's the 3rd one. And then, yeah, here's some U Beauty Plasma Lip Compounds. I love these. These are clear, so I'm going to put these with my clear lip balms elsewhere. And this one is tinted. So this is Tulle. And I know I decluttered some of these because they went off, but I don't know. We'll just have to put those aside when we come to them. If they're even in here, they may be someplace else. Okay. Okay, these Hung Van Gogh, what are these called? Glossy Lip Hue. I like them, but I find them a little bit difficult to work with because they're very thin kind of formula. So I'm just gonna keep a couple of these. I'm gonna keep 88, which is a really light nude. I'm gonna keep Van Gogh Red. Am I gonna keep Van Gogh Red? Actually, no. I'm going to pass this one along. This one is Behind the Scenes. This one is a bright pink. I don't think I'm gonna wear this one either. I'm gonna pass this along. And then this one is Nothing to Lose, like a deeper nude. I'm going to keep this one. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that one. So I'm keeping the nudes and decluttering the brighter reds. Okay, these Natasha Denona glosses. So they had a little bit of a debacle with these. I think, do you guys remember that? So a lot of these did not smell good. They had a very, very funky scent. So they did the right thing. They just kind of like pulled back on the release of them, reformulated them, reproduced them, came back out with them a few months later, and the smell is much, much better, much better. However, they do still have a kind of an odd smell to them. So I'm just gonna keep the shade or shades that I know I'm gonna wear. So I think these 2 are the only 2 I'm really gonna wear realistically. So I'm going to pass the rest of these along, these 5. And, oh, another Hung Van Gogh. This is From the Heart. This is a deep red. I'm going to pass this one along. Oh, here's another U Beauty in Fawn. I'm going to keep this. I've got these Iris and Romeo lip cocoons. I really like these too. So I've got Nourish, Tranquil, and there's a 3rd one. Oh, here it is. This one, which is Freedom. So you know what? I'm going to keep this one, and then I'm going to pass this one along. This Tranquil one is just a really nice nude shade. So I'm going to keep this. The Dior Lip Glow Butter. I have this in Glazed Pink. I do really like this. This is actually very, very buttery. This is a great name for this. So I'm going to keep this. And that's relatively new. I've got this Chanel Balm. This is the Rouge Cocoa Balm in Sparkling Pink. And I only have it in here because it doesn't fit in there. So I'm going to hold on to this, and hopefully I'll clean out enough lipstick that my lipsticks can fit. What else? Oh, this guy. I do not like this at all. This Givenchy Perfecto Serum Lip Oil. It's sticky and it's stringy. So yeah, I'm going to get rid of that. Oh, these Make Serum Balms. These are really, really great. So this one is in Halo Moon. This one is in Sun Flare. And a lot of these were marked down, but I think it's because they didn't discontinue them. I think they just changed the packaging. And so I think they were marking down the old packaging. So I think they maybe look different from this, or it could have been the outer packaging. But anyway, I really like these, and I do think these are still around. We've got a bunch of these Tom Ford like lip oil type things. I really, really like this rose lip oil tint. And then this one is the hydrating lip oil. I really like both of these. I really like both of these. Okay, I'm gonna keep these. I've got this La Mer, the lip volumizer. I actually prefer these guys, these tinted lip treatments. So I'm gonna hold on to these lip treatments. So this is in the shade Cocoa. I'm gonna hold on to this. I'm gonna pass this one along. Oh my goodness. Here's a color changing one. This is the Chameleon lip oil from RMS. I actually really, really love this formula, but I don't like the shade that this turns into. It's just not a shade that I am gonna wear often, so I'm gonna pass this along. And then, oh my goodness. Oh, I've got another Armani Prisma gloss. This is in shade number 6. I'm gonna keep this. I just love this formula so much. Oh, we've got the Farrah Hamidi lip plumping oil. This is really great. I forgot I had this. This is really great, so I need to pull this back out. This Makeup by Mario Super Shine Lip Gloss in Bare is lovely. I have too many things, so I'm gonna pass that along. I'm gonna pass along these Rare Beauty lip glosses. These are great. I'm just gonna pass them along. They have a really fruity scent to them, which I don't mind, but just keep that in mind if you're debating these. If you don't like that, I would pass, but I really like these. But I have too much. I'm gonna pass those along. I'm gonna pass along this Jones Road too. This is the Lippy Stick in Dusty Rose. I like this shade, but the formula, I find these to be a little on the hard side, so they kind of drag a little bit. And it takes a while for them to kind of like melt down. So it's not my favorite thing to use, but the color is really nice. So if you do like this formula and you're thinking about Dusty Rose, the shade is really pretty. It has like a slight metallic sheen to it. Really nice. But I'm going to pass this along. These Dior's, let's see. This is the Dior Addict Lip Luminizer. I like this. Are these the newer lip oils? I'm like losing my mind. I think this is a product I prefer the older version to, right? And I got rid of all of the older ones that I had because I was like, oh, they're coming out with new ones. I'm sure it's going to be great. I don't like these as much, but I'm going to hold on to this because this is the only one I have left. I'm going to hold on to this. I'm going to hold on to this luminizer. And then, oh my goodness, I've got all of these Chanel lip products. I really, really love these. This one is the Rouge Allure Lac in Inflexible. This is in the shade Golden Beige. And this one is in the shade Rouge Noir. Oh my gosh. I love this. This was limited edition, I believe. But look at that. Oh my God, I love it. Look at this golden rose. I think maybe these were, oh, this is kind of dry. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of the golden rose. And then this Inflexible, I think this may be available still. Oh yeah, this is still nice. That's so weird. The golden rose was dry, but everything else is okay. Oh, I love these. Okay, I'm gonna keep these too. Oh, I love this Macreen Actives. Oh, this is really separated. You know what I have to say? This packaging, because this is such a loose formula, it's very, very oily. This packaging gets a little messy. So I've got like a lot of oil around there. Anyway, I do love this product, but I think I just need a new one. I think this one's just getting on. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that. This is the only the Rouge Duo Ultra Tenue Gloss that I have left. What shade is this? It is Pink Nude. I know they just came out with new shades of this, so I definitely want to pick up. There's one new shade that looked really nice to me. I'm definitely going to pick that up. Let me see if this still smells okay. Yeah, it smells okay. I'm going to keep this. And then I've got a couple of these Dior ones, and I like the Chanel ones better, but these are kind of the same idea. This one is sequin. I feel like this color, you know what, I'm going to declutter these. This is so close to the Chanel, this Dior one, and I prefer the Chanel, so why would I ever go for this one? And then I think this shade was limited edition, so I'm going to pass that along. These I love. These were limited edition, I believe. I wish they would come back out with these. These are the Dior, Rouge Dior Sequin Liquid, something like that. Yeah, 2 shades that came out maybe like 2 holiday seasons ago. And I told myself I'm just going to hold on to them because I love them, but give them up maybe when they start going off. I think these still smell okay. Yeah, but these are the ones that when you dry down and then you kind of press your lips together, the micro glitter comes out. They're so pretty. So I'm going to hold on to these. I'm going to hold on to Lisa Eldridge. She just sent this to me. And I don't really wear this color very often, but if I want this color, I have it. So I'm going to keep that. Okay, I've got this made. I only have this one shade in Val. I really, really like this formula. I'm going to keep that. The Ole Henriksen, I think this is the one shade that I've kept. Summer Fridays. Yeah, these are all different. These are all different brands. Let's get serious. I'm going to keep at most one from every one of these brands. So I've got a couple of these Mara ones. So this one is tinted in latte. This one is clear. I'm going to pass this along. I'm going to keep this with my clear lip glosses. This one is in iced coffee. This one is in hot cocoa from Summer Fridays. You know what? I'm going to pass both of these along because I feel like they're similar to this one, and keep this one, which is Birthday Cake. And then I've got these guys from Milk. I really like these Balmades. Which one is this one? This one is, oh, Ion. Sorry, the color name was like so tiny. So this is Ion, this is Pump. I'm going to keep Ion. I feel like I have a lot of nude glosses, including that one. So I'm going to pass along Pump. And I've got this one Tower 28 Lip Softy. So I'll hold on to this. I've got this one Wise Beauty Like a Gloss Hydrating Lip Tint. This is in shade Life of a Party, so hold on to that. And then I've got these two Clé de Peau lip balms. I love these, so I'll hold on to those. I've got this Ilia balm, which I really love, but it's got a little bit of a funky smell, but I love the shade. I love the texture. Yeah, it has a really chemical smell, and it definitely puts me off from it, but I really, really like these. Wow, that kind of sucks. I'm gonna pass it along. I have too many. I've got these two from Say. These are newer ones. This one is Disco and this one is Shake, and they have a little bit of shimmer in them, so I'm gonna keep these. Oh my gosh, I've got this backup Tom Ford Sunlust lip from their Soleil collection. You guys, I'm such a psycho. Why would I have backups? But this was so cool. This kind of turned like a light baby pink, but it had that gold shimmer to it. It's really cool. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to keep my Chantecaille glosses. These are the only two I have, which is unusual, but I've got Gleam, and I don't know the color of this one. The sticker fell off, but this one is Gleam. I've got two Wonder Color Peptide Butter glosses. They're still in the box, so I'm going to pass these along. And then I've got these Westman Atelier Squeaky Clean Liquid Lip Balms. I have had these forever. I want to say this one is newer because this was part of a collection, maybe like a holiday collection, and same with this one. So I'm going to keep these two and declutter these. Okay, these Summer Fridays I absolutely love. This is the Dream Lip Oil, but I think this is really the only shade I'm going to reach for consistently. This one is Bare Soul, and these I'm going to pass along. And then I've got these two from RMS. I really, really love the formula of these. So I'm going to keep this one with my clear glosses. This pile's getting really, really big. And then I'm going to hold on to this. This is Lucia. Really nice. Okay, gonna hang on to that one. I've got these stilettos from Louboutin. These are that nude shade. Again, these are in this drawer because of this odd shape. This would never fit in my lipstick drawer, so I'm gonna hold on to those. Those are relatively new. This one I really like, this Armani Tinted Balm. These are the Prisma Flash Lip Balm in shade 11. Just a nice nude, but I really like this formula. There's something about Armani products. They're always kind of like the Goldilocks. Like just moisturizing enough, just tinted enough. There's no fragrance. They're just like a great everyday, most of the products, great everyday kind of products. So I'm going to hold on to that. And then I've got all of these Sarah Creole lip glosses, which I'm keeping because I love them all so much. Yeah, I've got, what, 7 of these? 7 of these. So I'm going to hold on to these. And then this I'm going to pass along, this little Clarins guy. I like it, but it's this like little thing. I think maybe I got it in their advent calendar. And then I've got these 2 Guerlain Kiss Kiss Bee Glow Oils. This one is 309 Honey Glow. This one is 775 Poppy Glow. I like this one. I'm gonna pass this one along. And that is it. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me put back the ones I'm keeping, and then I'll show you what I'm decluttering. Okay, I mean, there's still a lot in here, but at least I feel like going through these now, I have a better idea and I can see more of everything in here. So that's good. And here is everything I am passing along or decluttering. Here are all of the clear lip glosses that I'm just gonna put someplace else. And then this needs to go into the lipstick drawer once I clean that out. This drawer is really random because I'm realizing there's lipsticks in here and glosses. It's kind of a wreck. So yeah, let's go through these. So I've got the Prada glosses. These are relatively new. I'm gonna keep these. Some of them smell a little odd, I will admit, but I'm gonna keep them. They're not my absolute favorite, especially with all of the gloss releases that we've seen over the past year or so. But you guys know I'm a Prada stan, so I am gonna hold on to these. These Makeup by Mario jelly jars, these lip and cheek balms. I don't mind these on the lips. I do not like these on the cheeks. And yeah, just not the biggest fan of this formula. They are very like bouncy jelly. So they're a little bit weird. I never ever think to use them. So maybe I'll just hold on to one. I do like this pink chai for my lips. So I'll hold on to this one. And then I'm going to pass along these 4. I've got some Farah Hamidi Essential Lip Compacts. This is from, oh, I think one of those lip jellies actually leaked. Ooh, hold on. Here is Holiday One, really beautiful, deep berry, like berry rosewood. It's such an interesting shade. I'm gonna hold on to that. This one is a nude one, really gorgeous, slightly pinky, very pretty. And then this one is in red one. Check out this red. Ah, incredible. And then I actually have a refill, of red 2. Let me show you what red 2 looks like. There's red 2. It's a bit deeper, a bit more dramatic than red 1. Okay, so I'm gonna hold on to those. Okay, I'm going to pass along this Violette FR Lip Nectar. It's just not really for me. It's one of those like interesting lip stains. I don't know, I just don't ever really reach for these. So I'm gonna pass this along. And then I see I've got 2 of these Charlotte Tilbury. I can't remember what these are called, but these are relatively new and I like the formula. They're very, very nice, very moisturizing, and the shades are really pretty. I think this is Pillow Talk. And this, by the way, looks a lot more pink online than it looks in person. So just FYI. But yeah, this one is Pillow Talk. Oh my God, these stickers are just getting smaller and smaller. Anyway, I like the formula. This is the Tinted Lip Glow from Tom Ford in Nude Bikini. So this is like a mousse kind of texture. I liked this more than I thought I would. I just have to remember to reach for this. I got all of that Tom Ford when they are, kind of started their relaunching, and yeah, I haven't really been thinking about it. So I need to keep those top of mind. I've got this Suku lipstick, this skinny lipstick. This is really, really pretty. Pretty color, Gorgeous formula, really comfortable. It has a soft matte finish. Very, very nice. The name of it is not on here. Oh, the Mary Phillips. I got this because I think these are called like the Sig or whatever. I think they're meant to kind of look like a cigarette. And you guys know I'm an ex-smoker. So anyway, this is Overdrive. This skinny little stick. This is fine. I don't know, this isn't like one of my favorites, but there's nothing wrong with it. I don't know, I never really reach for it, but I do like the idea of it. Jones Road, these are the lip tint. So these are, I like these a lot better than that little like chapstick thing that I just decluttered. These two shades are really lovely. So I'm gonna keep these. This lighter one is Nude Mauve, and then this deeper one is Cocoa Rose. And then these Lisa Eldridge lipsticks, these are incredible. This one is Sweet Fig. Love that. This one is, wow, Epinois. I'm sure I'm slaughtering that. Really pretty pink. And then this one is Meet Cute. Look at that. So pretty. These are the, I can't remember the name of these, but they're like a hydrating, kind of like a lip shine. Yeah, so I'm gonna hold on to those. And then I've got these Ravi Beauty ones. I think I'm just gonna keep a couple of these shades. Allie Glines was kind enough in sending all of these to me. So I've got Poppy, Peony, Rose, Lily, and Dahlia. Of course, I'm looking at Lily and Dahlia to keep. Oh, that's pretty. Lily is really pretty. Dahlia is a little bit deeper. Maybe I'll pass along Dahlia. Try and break out of my nudes, my nudes habit. Rose, I'm gonna pass along. That's a color I probably won't wear. And then we've got Peony. Oh, that's so pretty. That's really pretty. And then Poppy. Oh, that's pretty too. Okay, I'll keep Peony and Lily. And then we've got the Lip Glow Color Reviver Balm from Dior. I think, did they redo these? I cannot keep track, you guys, with all of the Dior lip products and the ones that they redid, the new ones. It's a lot. It's a lot. I'm gonna hold on to this. I do like this. This is in shade 12 Rosewood. I'm gonna hold on to that. I've got a Guerlain lipstick here. Very pretty. I love this shade. I don't know what the shade is. Oh, it's on here. I can't read that. It's too small. I think it says either 5 or 6. I'm so sorry. I need to like carry around a magnifying glass with me. Anyway, love that. And you know, these cases with the mirrors are so cool. Okay, this Esom lip palette. I've had this forever. I think it's time for me to let this one go. I love this whole row. Gorgeous. That one too I used a lot. But the Esom powder palettes I've held onto because those are still good. But like the cream products, I think it's time for me to let this go. So I'm going to pass this along. I'm going to keep all of my Sisley Fito lip twists. So why do I have doubles of so many? I'm such a psycho. So I've got 2 11s, 2 24s, and 1. But I love all of these shades and I love this formula. So I'm going to hold on to all of these. These Summer Fridays, I did not like at all. These were flushed lip stains. I didn't like them. I didn't like this little marker tip. I don't really like lip stains. I get the practicality of them, but I don't know. I just don't like them. I'd rather reapply. Anyway, I'm going to pass those along. These Ilia pencils are quite nice, but I'm definitely not going to be using all of these. So what's this one? Untitled. I'll keep that because I've used that one. And then Banquette. I don't know if these are different enough. Oh yeah, this one's lighter. Okay, I will keep Untitled. I'll pass along Banquette. And then, what's this? Deco. Ooh, very pink. This one is Genre. Ooh, I think I'll keep Genre. It's actually very close to this Banquette one. Okay, I'll keep those two. I'll pass these along. And then, okay, I've got these Make Beauty. What's the full name of these? These are like hyper pigmented skinny lipsticks. They're really great because they're hyper pigmented, but they are very moisturizing too. So it's just like a really interesting combo. And look how skinny these lipsticks are. They're kind of like those Mary Phillips cigarette ones, but like hyper pigmented. And usually when lipsticks are that pigmented, they're kind of drying. Not these. The formula of these is really great. Look at this color. Oh my God. I love these. So this one is Molten. And then the other one that I really love, I think is Atmospheric. Yeah. This one I've used quite a bit. Nice nude. And then this one is Catalyst. Nice brown. You guys know I love a brown, especially in the fall. Here's Molten. Oof, that's so good. I need to whip this one out. Okay, I'm holding on to these. And then I only have the cases. They're so old. They don't make them anymore, but look at these cases. I love them. They're so fun. They're so fun. Anyway, I'm gonna hold on to the cases. And then, at least I don't think they make them anymore. They may have it at Selfridges. I feel like Europe and Asia sometimes like they keep it for those markets, even though they've discontinued them in the US. Okay, these Surratt lip slicks are so great. I've got Club Sept, Heaven, Fissoir, and Nude de Soleil. I love all of these. And these have like a really kind of glossy glazed look to them. Can you see that on this one? So good. So good. But I know they got rid of a lot of shades. I hope they didn't get rid of this lipstick. But look how good this one, this Nude de Soleil. Gorgeous. Anyway, I'm keeping those. Those are fantastic. Okay, we're done with this drawer. Let me put back the ones I'm keeping and show you the ones that I am getting rid of. Okay, wow, that's looking so much more sane. I wish my other drawer looked like this. Nope, that one's crazy too. Anyway, I moved over the nude stilettos from Louboutin over here. They belong over here. And that's it for what I'm keeping. Okay, and this is what I am passing along. Sorry, these are all the clear ones. Oh wait, what's this? Ooh, I didn't put my sparkling pink. Oh no, sorry, these lipsticks over here are the ones I'm waiting to put away. These are my clear lip balms, and these are the ones that I am passing along. Okay, here's my lipstick drawer that is a complete disaster. I think I need to be a little bit more brutal, but I'm looking at these lipsticks and I really like I really like everything I'm looking at. So this is gonna be interesting. Okay. So the Marc Jacobs, I just got these, so these are not going anywhere. Tom Ford, I recently just repurchased some of these Tom Ford lipsticks that I love. So I've got Sable Smoke, West Coast. I love these shades, love them. This West Coast one is like hot for some reason. I can believe it, but it's just such an interesting nude. I feel like makeup artists consider this shade a nude. Anyway, I love this. I'm gonna hold on to those two. What's this? Oh, here's a Tom Ford. Oh, this is so pretty. This is one of those Soleil lipsticks. I'm gonna hold on to that. These are part of the newer collection. At least this one is. This one is Cruise Control, the Tinted Lip Glow. Why do I have this one here and the other one in the other drawer? That's so weird. Yeah, I really like this Cruise Control. Maybe because there's no room in here, I'll move this one over to the other drawer. And then this one is the Ultra Shine Lip Color in Nude Coast. I love that, obviously, so I'm going to hold on to that. These are all Chantecaille. These are the lip creams that I love. I'm missing Bamboo, because that's, I think, in a bag. So that's what that space is for. And then I've got all of these other ones. Let's see, here's Stella. I do like Stella, but maybe I can give this one up. This is the part of the Flamingo line. It's pretty. I'm gonna pass that along. I have to be I have to be ruthless here. Here is another one from the Flamingo line. This is Jacaranda, and then this is Camu Camu. I'm gonna pass along Camu Camu. I'm gonna keep Jacaranda, and then here's Baobab from the Lip Veil collection. I'm gonna hold on to this. They just sent this to me, so I know that one is still good. And then, gosh, I've got a whole bunch of these YSL. I cannot keep these straight either, like all the different YSL lip lines. It's overwhelming and very confusing. So I think they came out with like a whole bunch of nudes, basically. Yeah, with this light pink band. So I'm gonna hold on to these. I think I got these last summer. I'm gonna hold on to these. This is like a clear balm. I'll hold on to that. This one, what is this? Looks the same as this one. Yeah, this looks the same as this, but the packaging is different. This is a light pink. This is a silver. What is the difference? They are different. This one is the Candy Glow. This one is the Love Shine. I don't think I need both. Maybe since this is my only Candy Glow, I'll keep this one and pass that along. Okay, here's some Clé de Peau. These are gorgeous. And they have like skincare in them as well. I can't remember the name of them, of course. Like Precious lipstick, something like that. Anyway, this one I believe is my favorite shade. There weren't that many shades in this line, so this is like the deepest one, I think. Do I have two of them? Probably. I should give one to my mom. I think she would actually like this color. Yeah, let me put one aside for my mom, and then I'll keep this one. I've got one Louis Vuitton lipstick. This is the satin finish. This is in 104 Beige Machina. So yeah, this is the only lipstick I got. Very nice. I like the Louis Vuitton line. I just don't know why it's so expensive. And then this is the Shine that I got. This one is actually really, really nice too. This formula and this color. So this is the Balm Sheen shade Nude Poetry? I think Nude Poetry. Yeah, I gotta use these more. I don't know, I kind of forgot about these. Okay, got that. I've got this YSL. I don't think I'm ever gonna use this. I'm gonna pass this along. I've got these from Victoria Beckham. Yeah, these are relatively new. I've got Pout and O2. This one I just ordered myself. So I'll just put these here. I've got this Chantecaille lip sheer, I think it's called. It's Swallowtail. This is really great. I was going hard with this one for a while, so I'll hold on to this for a little bit longer. I've got all of these Chanels. I don't think I'm getting rid of any of these. Sorry, I know that's really, really boring, but I don't think I'm getting rid of any of these. I've got my Rouge Coco flashes. I've got all of these balms. I need to find a space for this balm. I've got even more just sitting up here. I think these are flashes from the latest collection. So Washed Beige. I mean, love that. And then this is Beat. This one I just repurchased myself because I was like, why don't I have this? I think I had it and decluttered it. And I had to repurchase it again. So I've got these three that I need to find homes for. So I'll just leave that there. I've got the Rouge Experience from Lisa Eldridge. I love this formula. Love it. She just sent me this from their Maryland collection. I think this is Amagansett. This is the one that I use the most. This is shade 187. So I'm definitely going to hold on to that. But let's see. I've got all these refills and I'm not sure they're shades I would use. Can I turn these up? Yeah. That's pretty. And I have used that one. Okay. Maybe I'll keep that. Ooh, this is great too. What shade is this? 184. Oh, I see. It's a little bit more mauve than this one, which is a little bit more of like a pure nude. Yeah. So I will keep that. This one, well, this is very close to the Amagansett, so I'm going to pass that along. And then, ooh, a burnt red. Oh, that's nice. Okay, I'm gonna keep that one. And then last, oh, another gorgeous nude. What shade is this? 183. All right, well, I'm keeping All of those. I only got rid of one. I was really hoping, I was gonna get rid of more than that, but they're just too good. And this formula is just incredible. Okay, I've got my Sicily Lafito Rouge. I've got 40 and 10. Got this one. Do I wear Rose Tokyo? Not really. Not really. I definitely reach for the Beige Apres a lot more. It's a little bit more pale. And then this Rouge Monaco is to die for. Okay, so I'm going to keep these two. I'm going to pass this along. And then I've got my Sarah Creole. I don't think I'm going to get rid of those. Am I? I don't think I'm going to get rid of those. Yeah, these are all really great. The formula is really, really nice. Very moisturizing. And all of her shades, just really wearable. Really, really wearable. From like mauves to nudes to rosewoods. Look at this beautiful peach with a little bit of shimmer in there. Yeah, these are all really stunning. And then she's got these Shine lipsticks. I love this one. This one is Thriving. So I'm going to keep all of those. Oh boy, I'm not doing really well, am I? What are these? Oh, these are Prada. So, Prada Balm. The only Prada one, and you guys know that I keep wearing, is the yellow one, this guy. So I'm definitely going to keep the yellow one. And not that I don't like the other ones, but it's just, if I want a Prada Balm, I just reach for the yellow one. And then I have some of these matte lipsticks. Yeah, the monochrome matte lipstick. If I'm going to wear a beige matte lipstick from the Prada line, this is the one. And then I've got this, God, this incredible red. Okay, you know what? I'm going to keep those two. And then I think I'm going to just pass along this other balm. I'm just going to wear that yellow one. So I'm going to pass that along. And then I've got this kind of pinky nude. I'm going to pass this along too, because I'd rather wear that other nude. What have I got here? This is a Gucci. Oh, look at that. I have so many of these shades. I'm going to pass this along. Like disgusting myself. Some Sicily Shine, Sheer Shine. So I've got Sheer Beverly Hills. I love this peachy color. I'm going to keep that. And then I've got this, it's a little bit deeper than this guy. I'm going to keep these. I just love the formula of these. And I used to have a whole bunch of these that I've decluttered. So I'll keep those too. I've got the Hermes lipsticks that I've kept. I actually just made a very large Hermes order because I want to do a full face and like just give you a rundown of Hermes. And there was one shade, that Poppy Shine, that I wanted to grab and they were out of it at the store. So anyway, I just ordered it online. But I really like these. They're like Shine lipsticks. They're comfortable. The colors that I got, I really, really love. So this nude one is Beige Halo. I think this one was limited edition and it's got this really pretty sheen to it. And then this one is Beige Tan, which is also really gorgeous. So those two I love. Those aren't going anywhere. This one is Orange Brulee. This is such an interesting orange shade. Don't you think? It almost looks like it's constantly in a shadow. It's so cool. Anyway, I'm going to keep this because I just think that's such a unique color. I've got Rose Ombre. That's a beautiful satin matte. Satin shade. Nude satin shade is what I'm trying to say. I've got, one of their balms. I'm going to keep this actually with the other balms that I have. Here is Beige Deux. This is a really, really pale, like concealer lip kind of beige. And then Corail Fou, number 51. Gorgeous. So I'm going to keep that one. I'm going to keep this one with my cases and stuff. I've got my Sukus that I'm going to keep. I've got my Dior Addict. Like these are those Shine lipsticks that I like. This is Dior Rodeo. This one is Beige Oblique. This is my favorite one. I think I have two of these. Yeah, I've got two of those. So stupid. And then I've got Bold Black. Oh, $7.90. Yeah, this was, it's like a dark, dark berry shade. But this was, I think it's part of the regular line. Okay, sorry, I just had to change my battery, so I don't know if this looks a little bit different to you. I am literally on my last battery. That's charging. Okay, I've got these Dior tinted balms. I love this color. I don't know why. I don't know why they discontinued this. I love it. That one is number 2, Diorific, I think, something like that. Anyway, discontinued. I love that. That's not going anywhere. But they do have these two. This one is just the clear balm. And then this one is 01. It's a super deep one. The last time I checked, they had those two, but they didn't have this like lilac gray one. I don't know why. So I'm going to keep this actually with my other balms and keep those two. The Sukus, like I said, these are Suku refills. I'm going to keep, gosh, I've been holding on to this Pat McGrath. This Pat McGrath one because I just love the packaging. This is like such a crazy shade. Astral Blue Star. This just reminds me of, you know, when Pat McGrath, when the line was like super fun and different. And then here is Violet Bisou Jelly. I'm going to pass this along. I'm not going to use that one, I don't think. I've got some Dior collector ones. They sent these to me. So 100 and 999. These are probably their two most popular shades. One is nude, and one is like the Dior red. But they engraved my name on the back. So yeah, I will not be getting rid of these ever. ever. Actually, maybe you can see my name on the back of this one. Yeah. So I'm going to keep those. And of course, I love Houndstooth, so awesome. Oh, here's a NARS lipstick. I love these lipsticks. This one is in No Rules. You know, actually, I think I'm going to get rid of this because they have, where is it? I think I have it. What did I do with it? They have like a nude shade that I really love. Did I lose it? Probably. I just need to pick that up. But this one has like a little bit more of like a warm red to it, which is very pretty, but I'm not going to wear this. So I'm going to pass that along. I've got this Burberry one, this like concealer lip shade. This one is great. It's the Burberry Kisses in the shade Horse Fairy Beige. Horse Fairy Beige. So I'm going to hold on to that. Oops. I've got, another Tom Ford. This is, I think this was limited edition Spark Lip Balm in number 2. This is like a peachy shade. And I remember getting this and being surprised that this was kind of little. This is like what their lipsticks look like. I don't know why this one was little. It wasn't like a deluxe sample or anything. I've got one of these Merit lipsticks. This is, let's see, in shade Vendome. This is their signature lip blush. I do like that one, so I'm going to hold on to that. I've got some, another Tom Ford. Why are these all over the place? This one is an Ultra Shine lip color in Delectable. So this is a lighter pink versus the other one that I have. And then I've got these NARS Afterglow Tint Balms. I think I'm going to pass these along. None of those colors really appealed to me. They're not bad, but I believe these were sent to me, so I'm going to pass these along. Oh my gosh, and that's it. That's it. Okay, let me kind of clean this all up. I'll speed it up, and then I'll show you what I am getting rid of. Okay, these don't fit. These don't fit in these spots. So I'm going to put this in that other drawer. These are all of the lipsticks that I'm keeping, organized by brand, by finish. And these are all the ones that I am passing along. I feel pretty good about that. And I'm getting rid of ones that I feel like I would have kept for all the wrong reasons, you know, like the brand or whatever. But yeah, a lot of these, I just, like this Prada, I just know I'm not going to wear. So awesome. Oh, I feel good about that. My drawer's looking sane again. All right, guys. Well, now I'm just stuck on the floor here. I'm afraid to get up. I'm probably going to hurt something or pull something or or break something. But I'm going to get up slowly. And thank you so much for tuning in to this declutter. I really, really appreciate it, you guys. You give me the motivation to just continuously re-review the products that I have in my collection, continuously revisit things, continuously like cull my collection. Obviously, I still have a lot of makeup, but I think I did pretty good, especially for a half year declutter. You guys know I am much more brutal come the end of the year. So definitely stay tuned for that. That'll be during this year's Mishmas. And that's it. Thank you guys so, so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.